Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Oregon Panthers Boys Hockey. My name is Zach Seeloff, and I'm joined in the booth, as always, by my partner, Dan Graychuk. Dan, great to be here with you.
Happy to be here, Zach.
We're going to be a little bit quieter today than we normally are. We are actually up in a booth. They have a mezzanine section here at the Edwards Ice Arena in Beloit. It's lovely. It's a really nice arena. It's quite cold on the ice because, as Dan, you were pointing out, kind of almost a tent-like construction to the building here, which I'm sure saves on cooling costs on days like today where it is just bitterly cold out.
Right.
But we actually have a booth. It's nice and warm for us. We've got a bunch of folks up here around us. So big thanks to the city of Beloit for constructing this facility and to everyone for letting us come on up here. The Panthers have come on out to take on a Big 8 opponent in the Beloit Memorial Purple Knights. And let's start with them. Beloit, they're a co-op school. They maintain the Purple Knights mascot, which a lot of co-op schools don't. But they're made up of players from Beloit Memorial, of course: Turner, Broadhead, Delavan, Clinton, and Parkview. They're 2-6 in the Big 8 Conference, 4-7 overall. They've defeated the Madison East La Follette Lakers twice, as well as beating Greendale and Kenosha. They've had a tough schedule, though. They've faced some talented conference opponents: Madison West, Sun Prairie, Middleton, Verona. On top of that, this is their last home game before they start a 4-game road trip against some of those same Big 8 opponents. They'll go to Middleton, then to KMMO, Madison Memorial, and finally Verona before they come back here to Edwards Ice Arena to take on the Regents of West. So a 5-game stretch there, 4 of them on the road, some tough opponents. Suffice to say, a win here is definitely something that would help them start off confident on the road.
It is, and the murderer's row that they have to face with Middleton, Sun Prairie, West, these are some of the strongest teams in the Big 8. They have long, storied youth hockey programs. So this is a tough division for them to be in, or a conference for them to be in, but it seems like they can hold their own. They have the ability to score when necessary. Their goaltending, based on the stats, we haven't had a chance to see them, but based on the stats, they give up a lot of shots, but their goaltending is pretty solid. So we had talked earlier, if you kind of look at this more like a McFarland or somebody that people from Oregon would be more familiar with, that's about where they're at, but it definitely looks like they have size, they have speed, and they have strength in goaltending.
Absolutely, and you mentioned we have not seen, well, you and I have not seen Beloit play before, but statistically they are a very solid team. Not the top of the pack, but definitely not really weak in any phase of the game. What does seem to have limited them has been offense. They're being outscored 38-24 by their opponents this year, which is not a whole lot divided up over 11 games, but it's enough that they've only managed 4 wins so far in those 11.
Yeah, number 21, Casper Clark, who won't be in this game, leads the team with 10 goals and 4 assists. To get close to that, you then have to end up going to Hunter Harrington with 5 goals, 3 assists. So the goal scoring is really spread out amongst a lot of different players, but it means you don't have that one line that's a threat. So that can be a good thing and a bad thing. If you just have all the power on one line, it's going to make it easy for opponents to try and play you and outcoach you. But when you have a number of players who can put it in the net, maybe 2, 3, 4 goals here and there, that's what you want to see, because then it's spread out. So I know with them not having their number one scorer, it'll be a little bit more difficult for them. But again, this is not a team I think anybody should take lightly.
Definitely. Going over to Oregon, they're coming off one of the most amazing games that we have seen since we've been covering high school hockey. They fell 5-4 in overtime to the Edgewood Crusaders at the LeBon Arena, and until the very last shot, they were in it to win it. The only 2 sophomores on the team, Laszlo Rose and Colton Ayers, each got goals. They played great hockey against an outstanding opponent. In the overtime period, both Ryan Mitchick and Tristan Hughes had huge and difficult shot blocks, but in the end, Edgewood eked out another victory against the Panthers, setting up their visit to Oregon in February as a potential conference championship game once again. You and I were talking with Coach Yachman before the game. He talked a lot about how proud he was of his team and how he tried to communicate that to them, because as emotional as it was, he said when they came off the ice, they were just done. And it's hard, I think, to feel, or it's easy to fall into the trap of feeling like you didn't do enough or you made a mistake or that there was something you could have done different. Boy, as we watched them, that was some of the best hockey we've seen, and it was all 3 periods. They didn't give Edgewood a second of free play in that game.
They really didn't, and quite honestly, right from the beginning, Oregon decided the tempo of that game. They really showed us a different level of play, and they also showed us a different style. Coach Yachman talked about a number of the things they had been working on specifically for an opponent like that really caught Edgewood unaware, and that made a big difference. It was one of the best games we've seen. It was the best best performance from every single Panther that was out there. You could tell everybody left it out on the ice. The downside is now coach knows just how well they can play, and I don't think there's going to be any letdown from that. They just need to keep building and pushing because it was the best skilled game we've seen. Emotional game, I still got to go with the Monroe game we did. But as far as just an exciting skill game, best one I've seen all year.
Outstanding gameplay. And then let's talk one more quick thing about the Panthers. A few scratches today, healthy scratches in Matt Rush and Tyler Damon. They're both with family over the holiday weekend. And then Sawyer LeChance still battling injury. He's out today. All three of those players have contributed, but I think it's fair to say Tyler Damon is the biggest of those. Do you think that changes the complexion of this game at all as we get started?
Tyler Damon is the leading scorer on the team. Been my favorite player for 2 years now. He's got a lot of grit, got a lot of heart, and he plays hard. Oregon has a bunch of other players that do that. So if somebody like Damon isn't in the lineup, there's somebody else there to fill that gap. I mean, you look at Roscoe's. He's right there. You've got Tristan Hughes, who's been playing really well and staying out of the box. You have Colton Ayers, who also has that ability. So there are so many different ways that they can hurt you that missing one player or two players isn't really going to make the biggest difference.
I agree. And then there's only 3 Panthers that still need a goal. Everyone on the team has a point. The only 3 Panthers without a goal, Andy Ziamek, Hayden Bell, and Pat McCormick. It would be great if we could see one or, heck, all 3 of those guys get one today. The Panthers, I think that's one of their biggest strengths. We see a lot of these teams where the majority of the scoring comes from 1 or 2 stars, and there are plenty of players that haven't even had an assist. Not the case at all on Panthers.
No, and you even look at Edgewood, since we were talking about them earlier, Hotman was really who generated all of their offense, especially in that game, responsible for 2 of their goals, led their team, and I believe leads the conference in goal scoring. So again, there's so many differences there that when you have that one-star player, it doesn't work as well. You need to spread it out.
Absolutely. Folks, this program is made possible in part with support from our generous sponsors. Those sponsors include the Oregon Community Bank, Feel Good Banking, Bill's Food Center, proudly offering a wide selection of the finest meats and freshest produce since 1978. The William R. Torhorst and Associates, your hometown insurance agency that's doing big things. Stoughton Hospital, Oregon Urgent Care and Sports Medicine Clinic. Trusted care close to home. Maria's Pizza, a little slice of Italy right here in Oregon. Ziggy's Barbecue Smokehouse and Ice Cream. Try our delicious Texas-style barbecue and Cedar Crest ice cream. The Oregon Chamber of Commerce, promoting, informing, connecting, and advocating for local businesses and the Oregon community. The Oregon Athletic Booster Club. Please consider being a part of your athlete's success and become a booster today. Check out OregonAthleticBoosters.com for details. Oregon Youth Basketball, providing opportunities for athletes to play in a safe educational environment. And finally, OCAmedia wishes to thank the Oregon School District for its ongoing support. We are just about to get underway, folks. The starting lineups will be coming anytime. Stay tuned. You're watching OCAmedia's presentation of Oregon Panthers Boys Hockey. Welcome back, everybody. Zach Seeloff, Dan Graychuk here with OCAmedia. It is chilly down there on the ice, and we see a couple of the Oregon players in hoodies, and Tristan Hughes looks like he's going to rob the place wearing a full-face balaclava. I am glad that we are up here in this mezzanine section.
You know, I brought it up if you ever seen the movie Mystery Alaska, because they do an outdoor game in the movie against the Rangers, and they purposely sing the national anthem like at half speed to freeze them out. And you do look, and you can tell that the Purple Knights, they're very comfortable. Oregon definitely looked a little colder, so you have to wonder, is that going to affect anything as you go? But it is kind of funny having this cold of a rink.
Might be a little bit of a home court advantage here for Beloit, and why not? It's their home ice. But we have got 3 17-minute periods to decide the winner of this game. The last time the Panthers took the ice, it was against Edgewood. They fell 5-4 in overtime. They're looking to come back from that win. They are currently 9-2. Those 2 losses coming by a single goal to Middleton and a single goal in overtime to Edgewood. They've got to be very happy with where they're sitting right now.
Yeah, they really haven't been blown out in any game, and they've been in every game. You look at when their first game against Middleton, they really kept Middleton working, and Middleton is another really solid team. So Oregon has to be happy with that, and they raised their game another level after Edgewood. So now they just have to keep that momentum and just keep buying into Coach's philosophy.
Absolutely. Hunter Newton getting the start between the pipes for the Panthers. and it will be Aiden Wright for the Beloit Memorial Purple Knights. We are ready to go. The puck drops, and the Panthers trying to win it. No, it's taken by the Purple Knights. Sean McCarthy loses control, now flicked towards the slot, and instead it will be the Panthers that will have it. Long cross-ice pass does make its way to Tyson Rohrer. Rohrer now picking up some speed as he heads towards the near side hash mark. Stops up at the dot. Feed through center. Poke. Just missed from Tristan Hughes. Boy, they nearly had that deflection going. And now Beloit is going to clear this one out. The hand is up for icing, and I believe this will go down. It will. Oh, my goodness. The pass from Rohrer to Hughes, that was nearly a goal.
It was, and I think actually Wright got a pad on it. I think he got that far pad on it going across. Watching them in warm-ups, he's a much taller goaltender than Hunter. Big, strong legs, that hard push-off, I think, was able to stop that shot from going in.
Zach Roscos in the dot against Hunter Harrington on the far side of the Purple Knight zone. Roscos wins this one back to Rohrer. Rohrer high slot, now center point. No, poked off, and we might have a breakaway chance here. Coming up is Kyle Hanneman. Hanneman all alone, one-on-one with Hunter Newton. Backhand and a pad save. Newton swept at it with the stick, then had to go to the pads for the backhand shot, but makes the stop on a huge breakaway attempt. And I believe we've got an out of play here.
Yeah, I think it kind of went over.
Yeah, puck poked up. We're a little bit above the boards where we're sitting, so I apologize if I lose track of it on that near side. But it'll be an out-of-play face-off. Great play from Hunter Newton there on the one-on-none break.
Oh, yeah, that was just good, solid goaltending.
Colton Ayers now taking on Hunter Hurst on the outside of the Panthers zone. Ayers wins that one back. Now it's stripped away, and this one taken by Cade Whalen. Whalen a shot and another great save from Hunter Newton. He's had to work hard early in this game. 16:04 to play in the first period. 2 shots already on Newton. This puck now works its way up the boards to Matt Strassman. Strassman cross ice to Laszlo, and here comes Laszlo dumping it off for Colton Ayers. Ayers enters the zone, leaves back to Laszlo at the point. Laszlo moving around his man, finds Ayers again. But now it's back to Laszlo center point, who'll dump it down into the corner for Strassman. Strassman working in the near corner here is able to dig that puck out, trying to send up the near wall to Timberlake. Lots of contact. Now Laszlo comes behind the net with it. Stick handling around one man, feeding into Strassman. No, Strassman lets it go by for Ayers. Ayers to the point, Hayden Bell. No, it kicks funny off the boards and out into center ice. Panthers will reset. Timberlake now chips this one in, actually chips it on net, and a quick save from Aiden Wright. That one looked like it handcuffed him almost, kind of a weird spin on it.
Yeah, it kind of bounced up, went right into his glove.
Deflection attempt from Ayers. That one actually goes up and over the net, and we're going to get him a high stick. Played that one a little too high, so high sticking against Colton Ayers will bring the puck out of the zone for the faceoff.
I want to go back to that save on the breakaway that Hunter had, because he did go for that poke check and had to do a quick recovery to get that pad down and skate and slide across. Great heads-up goaltending.
Take it back. This one must have gone against Beloit, and the Panthers do win the faceoff in the Beloit zone. But now here's coming number 7 again, Kyle Hanneman. He's behind everyone once again. Faceoff dot shot and a blocker save, and up into the safety net. Kyle Hanneman, boy, he has some speed, and we saw there a little bit of puck handling skill as well.
Yeah, he had a ton of gas coming right across that blue line, and he just pushed hard. And that's the second shot that's come from that side. That first shot that went against him a little while ago almost handcuffed Hunter because it went against the grain. That one he was able to get the blocker on.
Face-off in the Panthers zone. Panthers trying to dig it out. Comes on net. Newton makes the save, but it's still held by Tyler Harrington. Harrington now checked off this one. Engaged Children will accelerate along the near side, and that one actually does come out of the zone, and now Zymek hustling after it as it dumps into the Purple Knight zone. Zymek trying to get after it. Now it'll be Jake Fountain that picks it up. He sends it the other way to the near side. Hanneman off the wall, but stopped by Gage Children, and the Panthers have it. It's Tristan Hughes. Hughes in the high slot. He gets around a couple of men, fires it for Mitchik too long, but Hughes will pick it up in neutral ice. Hughes, nice move around one man, and here he comes up the left wing side. Hughes enters the zone, looks to move around a second man. He's going to have to go behind the net here, plays that one-handed, still hangs onto it, now does lose track finally, and Beloit able to send a pass out for Sean McCarthy. McCarthy can't control it. Instead, it's Gage Children looking to send it out. It's swatted back in, but this will be a delayed offsides against the Purple Knights. Panthers will set up as Mitchik moves it forward for Hughes. Hughes dangles around his man in center ice, looks for another pass, turns the other way, and now he finds Tyson Rohrer at center line. Rohrer feed inside to Roscos, now back to Rohrer. No, great break up and flicked out there by the Beloit Memorial Purple Knights and back into the Panthers zone. 14:02 to play, still a 0-0 tie here at the Edwards Ice Arena. Puck in center ice right in front of the Oregon bench. Battling for it are the Panthers, and they come away. Roscos now finds Hughes. Hughes 1-1, top of the circle, pulls the trigger, blocker save. Great blocker save from Aiden Wright as Hughes was going top shelf on the long side. Now a wind and a shot from Timberlake and a stick save from Wright. Hughes picks it up outer hash mark, sends it to the near wall. Getting after that one is Tyson Rohrer. He's challenged by Cade Wallen. Puck moves up along the near wall, now heads back. Oh boy, and they got the referee, I think, right in the face there. Referee coming away looking a little worse for the wear as Beloit tries to move this one up. But he's skating. He's going to stay with it. No, maybe got him in the hand, actually. But now the Panthers are taking it away. It's Timberlake moves this one up. A one-touch pass, and they find Colton Ayers. Ayers has got Timberlake across, looking for the pass. No, takes the shot. It's swallowed up by Wright as Timberlake headed to the backside. We'll get the face-off. Yeah, the referee took that one off the hand. You can see him shaking it out, but he's going to play on.
Actually, it looks his elbow.
His elbow
That's where he
even,
caught
okay.
it. That's even worse. That I've had happen, and it just leaves that stinging feeling. It's like hitting your funny bone with a sledgehammer.
Exactly. Face off on the far side of the Beloit Memorial Zone. Still stuck on the dot. Everyone's fighting for it. Panthers do gather for a moment, and now they have it at the point. Hayden Bell sends one in. A stick save, gathered up and gloved. Now behind the net. Feed again, and here's Hayden Bell. Bell high slot shot, deflected away. Doesn't make it to the net. It comes into the near corner. Beloit Memorial sending up the near wall, trying to clear this one out. They do clear it out, but Bell right in center ice in perfect position, drops it back for Gage Shilgen. Shilgen finds Strassman. Strassman leaves forward for Laszlo as they enter onside. Great move by Laszlo. Laszlo low slot, just misses, and feeds down to Matt Strassman. Strassman to the point for Shilgen. Shilgen back to Strassman along the near wall, but Memorial gets in the way, and they carry it out. It's Hunter Harrington sending it forward, and shipping it in is Tyler Harrington. Hayden Bell will pick it up behind the Panthers' cage with 12:30 to play in this first period. Ahead for Matt Strassman on the near wall, comes back to the far side where Shilgen will pick it up. Shilgen now finds Laszlo Rose. Laszlo moves around his man, sends to Colton Ayers. Ayers getting checked off that puck by two different Beloit Memorial players. Hanneman trying to get this one into center, and he does feed it to Owen Larson. Larson across the Panther blue line, and he'll dump that one in and go after it. He's actually got some open space, fires a low-angle shot, and a great glove save from Hunter Newton. Can't gather the rebound, but it's Gage Shilgen carrying, and Shilgen's got a lot of speed here. He's getting lined up for a big hit from Hanneman. A great shot and knocks him right off the puck, but that puck right into the crease and stopped.
That was a great hit from Hanneman. Just played the angle, played the line right on, was able to space it and time it right, and just leveled him into the boards. Completely clean hit, and that's what you want to see out of a hit like that. It wasn't dirty, it wasn't cheap. It did exactly what it was designed to, separate the player from the puck.
A hit with purpose there. High up off the wall, off the faceoff, but Ryan Mitchell has it feed across. Shot from Jake Fountain, and dangerously gloved by Aiden Wright. He never really got it in the mitt. He had it on the heel of the glove, but he's able to freeze it against his pad.
Yeah, Saunders got that puck, and it was on edge, so it had that little spin to it as it started going in on net, and that was a little bit harder to corral in that big glove.
Nice job to make the save. 11:47 to play. Face off again in the Beloit Memorial Zone, but they do carry this one out. It's Andy Badger sending it into center ice. Now drops off for Hunter Hurst. Hurst's puck finds its way to the far corner. He stops up, moves through one man. Now he's top of the circle. Now he's in the slot. Fires a shot, just misses on the left side. Individual effort from Hunter Hurst. Gets a good shot on, but misses the cage. Now we're chipping it forward, trying to get it to Jake Fountain. Fountain can't dig it off the wall, and it's back into the Panthers zone with 11:22 to play in the first period. Timberlake rims it hard to the near side. This one will be stopped in neutral ice by Beloit Memorial. Now they find Jake Fountain. Here's Fountain. Fountain from the blue line. An easy save for Aiden Wright. Gets the whistle. I'm not sure the referee wanted to give him that whistle. The Panthers weren't really putting pressure since they were going for a change.
Yeah, I don't think that should have been a whistle, but again, you're going to blow it. I think part of it was it didn't give him a chance to really grab the puck because he couldn't tell if it was in his glove or in his pad.
Face off far side of the Memorial Zone. 11:11 to play in the first period. Zach Roscoe tries to dig that one off. Now he's got it. Fires a shot. It's deflected, but Tyson Rohrer will pick it up. Rohrer on the near side to the point for Gage Shilgen. Shilgen off to the far point for Mitchik. Now down low. One touch pass into Roscoe. No good. Shot from Rohrer. Blocked up. Roscoe still has a chance at this one. Aiden Wright can't get on top of it, and now Hughes has it at the outer hash marks. Hughes works in, feeds this one over to Shilgen on the far point. Shilgen now down low to Tyson Rohrer. Rohrer working in the near corner. Sends that one across for Hughes. Hughes back through center, nobody there. Shilgen's going to hold it at the blue line, though, try and get one in, and sends it back down behind the cage. Picked up there by Tyson Rohrer, across to Hughes. Hughes set up on offense, trying to dig this one off the wall. 10:30 to play in the first period. Hughes moves around one man as he sends this to the near side. He and Roscoe's looking to get after it. They send it back to the far side, but stepping up is Mitchik. Mitchik's got one man coming on him, and that man will be able to carry it out into center ice is Tyler Harrington. Harrington at the center line, feeds back down into his zone, and it looks like the Panthers are going to get this one. Roscoe gets it to Hughes. Hughes blocked off of it, and now the Purple Knights send it the other way. Hughes trying to dig that one off the wall, looking to get it into center. Rohrer down there as well, but there are three Purple Knights. Now Rohrer picks it up in the near corner, send up to the near point for Gage Shilgen. Shilgen far point to Mitchik. Mitchik down to Hughes. One touch into Roscoe, no good, and it's swatted to the wall. And now here comes Tyler Harrington, one-on-one with Shilgen. as Hayden Bell pops off the bench. Bell will pick him up. Now working his way around, tries the wraparound chance. Nope, and he gets all the way to the wall. Shilton pushes him off that puck, and it's Matt Strassman picking this one up. Back to Shilton in center ice. Shilton tries for the pass to Hughes. Hughes has a step on his man, but I think they're going to be able to play this. White swings over the top, but Hughes gets checked off the puck before he can get there. Still fighting for this one. Timberlake up at the point, can't stop it. That one might go for icing. It was listed over the stick, and there is the icing call. Boy, a dangerous misplay there from Aiden Wright as he swung over the top of the puck.
Goalie's worst nightmare.
Yes.
They go to play the puck on a break-in player, and you paintbrush it or miss, because then you're in no man's land. But luckily his defense had him there. But a couple defensive breakdowns for the Knights. There were 3 players behind the red line, or goal line.
Off the faceoff, this one is won by the Panthers. Putting it down is Carson Timberlake. It's at the near side faceoff dot. Now it's Laszlo behind the net. Laszlo distributes top of the circle for Hayden Bell. Bell has to track it down. Now to Timberlake. Timberlake back to Bell. Bell center point. Shot deflected. Great stop there by Owen Larson. And Larson carries this one up for Beloit. Larson has a chance to break away on this, but it looks like Timberlake's got the step, and he chips it back to the far wall. Carrying it there is Colton Ayers. Ayers whiffs over the top, but nice feed. Now he finds Laszlo. Laszlo goes for the home run pass to Tyson Rohrer. I don't think Rohrer is going to get there in time, but no icing the call as that one did play on net. Beloit Memorial has it in their own defensive zone. Wind, shot from Carson Timberlake, and a quick save from Aiden Wright.
Yeah, Wright's angles are looking real solid. He's a big goaltender, and he looks at that hybrid style, so it's that butterfly while still trying to play that real solid angle position. And he looks really good. He's good glove position. Very strong legs on those pushovers, so he's looking really solid.
8:43 to play in the first period. Off the faceoff, it is won by the Panthers. They keep it in the Beloit Memorial zone, but now it does dig out, and digging after it is Hunter Hurst. Hurst engaged with, Drew Reynolds, and now this one put back off the wall, but they are still in the Panther zone. Memorial trying to hold this on the near side, fire it back down behind the net. Getting after it is Andy Badger. Badger engaged there with a couple of players. Low angle shot from Cade Whalen, but it's turned away by Hunter Newton, and the Panthers finally do send it out into center ice. Held there by the Purple Knights. They get it back up to Badger. Badger moves around one man, but Mitchik takes it. Mitchik feeds by him and puts it into center ice. Mitchik trying to get this one forward for Ziamek. Instead, it's nicely grabbed by Cade Whalen, and Whalen goes to the top of the far circle. He whiffs over the top, but that puck does come behind the net. Sent back along the far wall. Stepping up to it is Braden Cooper. Cooper loses track, and now Ziamek will send this one up and move it forward for Pat McCormick. McCormick's cross-ice pass doesn't really go to anybody. Instead, the Purple Knights will pick it up. That's Braden Cooper once again. Cooper fires the shot, an easy blocker save for Hunter Newton, and it's Drew Reynolds behind the net for the Panthers. Reynolds ahead to Tyson Rohrer. Rohrer one man on the near side, tries to get forward, but the Knights knock it back in. It's Andy Badger carrying. Badger's cross-ice pass doesn't go anywhere, and it's picked up by Jake Fountain. Fountain to the point for Roscos. Roscos through center ice to Rohrer, and here comes Tyson Rohrer. Rohrer moves around one man into the slot all alone. Backhand, forehand shot. It's flipped up. No good. Just knocked off before the line, and Hayden Bell can't stop it before crossing the blue line. Offsides against the Panthers. Oh my, that was inches from a goal.
It was coming just on the inside of that far post, but Wright played that one perfectly. Rohrer had to make the first move. Wright was able to adjust and just couldn't get all of it, but enough to kind of keep it right by that post.
Face off on the offsides against the Panthers. It's in center ice. Now it's held by the Purple Knights. Purple Knights have to dump in, but get a delayed offsides of their own. And here comes Tristan Hughes. Hughes coming in. Hughes has got a ton of speed as he comes up the left wing side, going towards that face-off dot. Loses track of the puck as it ends up on the near wall. Got a hand up. We're going to get a penalty call here. We're going to get holding. Not sure against who. That's one of the areas of the ice we have real trouble seeing. It looks like this holding call is going to go against Tristan Hughes. Yep, Tristan Hughes whistled for the hold. 2-minute power play with 7 minutes to go for the Beloit Purple Knights.
Good news is from where we're at, we can actually hear what the ref says.
That's true.
which is very helpful. So now we get to see what the Golden Knights look like, or the Purple Knights look like on the power play. And so far, they've looked really solid and good moving of the puck. Their transition is solid. So now we'll see if they can keep some containment in the offensive zone and see if they can generate some better scoring chances.
Zach Roscos against Tyler Harrington in the faceoff dot. Roscos wins it back to Timberlake. Timberlake high off the glass and not able to clear it out. The Beloit Memorial Knights hold it, and boy, Tyson Rohrer actually deflected that one on net off his skate. Alert play from Hunter Newton makes the stop.
Yeah, and one of the good things, too, when Roscos is in taking the faceoffs, his faceoff percentage is ridiculous. So that can really set a power play off balance right from the beginning.
Minute 49 on the power play, 6:50 to go in the game. This time Beloit does win it. Top of the circle, shot, oh man, and trying for the deflection was Tyler Harrington, but the save made by Hunter Newton. The Purple Knights set up and in business on offense. Moving this one around, they send to Kyle Hanneman at the point. Kyle Hanneman, center point now. His shot deflected high, hits the wall, no damage there. And now Timberlake will have it. Timberlake will lift it clear, a nice saucer clear with 6:28 to play in the first period. Minute 26 to go on the power play. Carrying this one from behind the net is Dakota Lynn. Lynn getting pressured by Laszlo, but he does send the pass forward to Harrington. Harrington now to the slot. His shot too high and hits the glass, but picking that one up is Sean McCarthy. McCarthy up to the point. It's nearly intercepted by the Panthers, but now they have it behind the net for Harrington. Harrington up to his brother on the wall. Now send to Hanneman. Hanneman top of the far circle. That shot deflected very high. Remains on the ice, though, and ends up in the near corner. Harrington again behind the net. Back up to his brother once again. Now this one's going to be taken by Laszlo. He's got a 2-on-2 with Colton Ayers. Laszlo cutting around. He's going to have to make sure that Ayers stays onside. Instead flicks one towards the net. Easily sticked away by Aiden Wright, but kills a bunch more time. 45 seconds to go on the power play. 5:43 to go in the first period. Entering the zone is Tyler Harrington. His shot easily saved by Hunter Newton. And picking up is Shiljan. Shiljan rims hard to the near side. This one's going to be stopped by Hunter Hurst, though. Hurst has it for Beloit. No, he's challenged by Strassman, and Strassman swats it out. Puck knocked briefly back in. It'll be Shiljan picking up behind the Panthers zone. He'll send that one out. Hanneman holds nicely, though, just outside the blue line. Gets his team onside and chips it back in with 19 seconds on the power play to go. Strassman picks it up at the near wall, sends back for Shiljan. Shiljan clears out, and that should just about do it. The Panthers remain strong on the PK with 10 seconds to play on the power play. Hanneman cutting through center ice. Now he drops off for the far point, stepping up to try and get the shot as Badger. No good. And here comes Shiljan, and Shiljan's got a 2-on-1. He feeds ahead to Strassman. Strassman and Shiljan 2-on-1. Finds Shiljan just a bit long. He can't get there, but both teams are full strength with 4:53 to play in the first period. Strassman still trying to dig it out. Now Tristan Hughes stepping up as well. This one cleared along by Dakota Lynn to the far side, but held there by Hayden Bell of the Panthers. Bell drops down into center ice. Getting after it on the near wall is Hughes. Hughes takes a shot up against the wall, but keeps pushing at that puck and knocking it further down into Purple Knight territory. Roscos tries to take it away. Instead, it's Hughes. Hughes back to Roscos. No, comes all the way to center point for Timberlake. Now to Hayden Bell, far side. Bell down into Hughes. Hughes tries to feed into center. Goes for the wraparound chance. No good. Knocked away as a stick gets loose.
Goaltenders.
A goaltender stick is loose, and that puck is cleared out. This may go down for icing. We'll see if it's got the energy. It does, and I could see why they wanted to ice that one. They had been on the ice for a while and were just sort of stuck in their zone goalie with no stick.
And then the defensive player did exactly what they needed to give that, or the forward gave his stick to the goaltender so he's not out there alone. And that's what you want to do. You want to leave goaltenders and defenders with their sticks first. Forwards can always go to the bench.
4:15 to play in the first period. Still a scoreless here at the Edwards Ice Arena. Face-off is won by the Panthers. Shot, wind, and a drive from Timberlake. Hughes tries to get under it, but a solid glove from Aiden Wright.
Yeah, Hughes was getting in deep to try and look for a deflection or even a little bit of a screen. Got a little close, and it looks like Wright isn't very happy with Tristan getting in there.
Another face-off in the near side of the Panthers zone. This time it is won by Memorial. The Beloit Memorial Purple Knights trying to move it up inside. Instead, it ends up behind their net. Zach Roscos will have it on the near wall. Roscos' shot into center is deflected and goes to the far corner, where it's picked up by Hughes. Hughes taps it towards the center ice, but it's grabbed there by Memorial. They send it toward the blue line. Nice hold by Hayden Bell, and Hughes will step up at his own point to pick it up. Hughes works his way down to the faceoff dot. His shot misses wide left, and that rims hard to the far side. Hayden Bell can't hold it in. He's able to move it past his man, though, and Roscos will pick it up. Panthers will reset with 3:39 to play in the first period. Find Tyson Rohrer. Rohrer tries to move it around his man. He does briefly. No, nice hold by Tristan Hughes. Hughes moves around his man to the faceoff dot. Backhand shot attempt, no good from Rohrer, but Hughes has it on the rebound. Feed to the point, and now he's got Hayden Bell. Now Timberlake. Timberlake at the near point, tries to feed down. What a swat out of midair there. Oh, what a play by Dimitri Giannitsos. A tremendous effort and a midair shot. 3:15 to go in the first period. Timberlake has it. His home run pass is picked off that time by Hunter Harrington. Harrington screams up the near side. Harrington checked down off that one. It comes towards the slot, but instead it's skated away by Tyson Rohrer. Rohrer's got a couple of men for a lead pass. Instead, he's going to carry this one. Nice moves through center and drops off for Hughes. Hughes' slap shot is deflected and rolls along to the near side of the wall. Puck still in the near corner as the Panthers try and dig this one out. Battling there is Colton Ayers. Ayers looks to turn around on this. He's still getting pushed up against the wall. Now the Memorial Purple Knights will have it and send along to the far side. Drew Reynolds steps up. He's able to chop that one, try and keep it in as he's working on Brendan Zimmerman. Zimmerman does get it out, but Laszlo will send in as Ayers pursues against Dakota Lynn. Lynn takes this one behind the net for the Purple Knights. Send up along the wall, held by Reynolds for Oregon at the point. Now drop down to Laszlo. Laszlo outer hash finds Colton Ayers at the top of the circle. Ayers back to the point, and now cross ice to Gage Children on the near side. Children wide, and a shot just wide of the cage on the right side, and that one's going to come out into neutral ice once again. 2:13 to play in the first period, still scoreless. One touch pass from Children back, and now we'll find Children again at the blue line. Gets this past his man as he dumps it forward and finds Matt Strassman. Strassman's pass goes bouncing over the stick of Colton Ayers. Tries to send it along to Laszlo. Instead, it's broken up by Memorial. Laszlo now into center. Colton Ayers just can't settle it down, and Memorial will have to clear this one out. Flying up after it is Andy Badger, but it's going to be Gage Children that takes it to Drew Reynolds. Reynolds one touch over to Strassman, but his pass is picked off, and now moving in is Hunter Hurst. Hurst has it swatted off his stick as he tries to turn around. Still looking to grab it, but instead Zymek is able to play it out into the scorer's table and now play this one into the zone. We've got a whistle here.
Too many.
We have too many skaters.
That's what I'm thinking.
Yep, 6 on the ice. You can hear the referee say it. So too many skaters now goes against the Panthers. It'll be captain's choice on who serves that. But with 1:31 to go, a minor penalty for too many skaters.
And that's that's a bench penalty. That's one where the coaching staff got a little confused, or maybe a player got a little over anxious, but that ends up giving another power play to the Purple Knights. And if the Purple Knights can just generate a little bit more containment and consistency in the zone and try and keep that puck moving, keep the defenders or the power killing unit for the Panthers a little tired out there, they might be able to generate a couple good scoring chances.
Bryce McLeod is the man who will serve that penalty for the Panthers. So 2 minutes for too many skaters on the ice. Minute 31 to go in this first period, so we'll have 29 seconds of the power play into the start of the second period. Ryan Mitchik able to clear this one out for the Panthers. He sends it all the way down into the Purple Knight zone, where it's stopped behind the net by Aiden Wright. Minute 30 to go in this first period. Memorial Purple Knights trying to move it out of their zone. Good pressure from Zach Roscoe. As always, the Panthers put a pretty powerful forecheck on, but now coming here is Kyle Hanneman. Hanneman loses it. They chip this one to Rohrer, and Rohrer is going to carry it rather than dump it in. Rohrer trying to move through 3 different men, can't do it, and is finally stripped of the puck. He actually is able to hassle his man, though, and keep that one in the zone. No, now it's stripped, and here comes Hanneman. Hanneman's got a ton of speed. He moves around Mitchik, loses track of the puck, but does find it in the corner. Now feed through center, stripped by Tyson Rohrer. Rohrer sends to the point. He does get it out. Roscoe's trying to get after it. Gets a stick on that one at center ice. Still trying to hack after it, but Hanneman will take it at the center line. Hanneman reverses direction to his own blue line. 45 seconds to go in the first period. Minute 13 on the power play. As that puck comes in, that's going to be an icing call against Beloit Memorial, and we'll head to their zone for the next faceoff.
Yeah, Sean McCarthy just read that a little bit wrong and started to turn outside as opposed to going inside after the puck. Easy mistake to make, but it's been a solid penalty kill in both chances here so far for the Panthers. And now we're probably going to have a little bit longer of a time without play because that clock stayed running for a good probably 8 or 9 seconds.
Yeah, there had been some discussion with the referees that I don't think it started right away on the last whistle. So I saw the linesman making that kind of roll it signal. So 31.2 is on the official clock. A minute to go on the power play here in the first period. Panthers do have control, and it's Gage Children at the point. His shot goes 5-hole and nearly beats Aiden Wright. He sent it 5-hole through Hunter Harrington's legs, but a great save from Wright, preventing the shorthanded goal. Now this is going to be offsides against Memorial. Tyler Harrington couldn't reach back and grab it, so an offsides call. That one will come out of the Panthers zone. 14.5 seconds in this period, 43 seconds still in the power play.
Yeah, the Panthers have done a real great job on their penalty kill. Again, they're stopping any movement of the puck in their zone.
Colton Ayers will take the draw for the Panthers. He loses it, but Laszlo is able to tip it past his man. Nice grab that time by number 17, Braden Cooper, and they're able to send it back in. 6 seconds to play here in the first period. Stopping it up is Timberlake. Timberlake's just going to hold it along this wall, and that will end the first period. So Beloit Memorial will have 28 seconds of a power play when we come out for the second. The ice did feel tilted towards Oregon. Oregon, I think, had the time of possession advantage, has the shots on goal advantage. But Memorial standing tough, some great goaltending from Aiden Wright, doing a job for them. They're blocking up passing lanes, not allowing the kind of cross-ice passes that could really cross up a goalie, and they've kept it to 0-0.
They really have, but I will say this, is Beloit Memorial's scoring chances were better. They had 2 or 3 there where I think Oregon maybe had 1 or 2 that are good scoring chances. So although it seems like the Panthers have really dominated, I don't think they have as much as they would have liked to. The rushes we've seen coming from Beloit Memorial have been kind of onesie-twosie, going in, get a quick shot, and then it's out, where Oregon has gotten it into the zone, passed it around, created some lanes, and then went to shoot. So they're controlling a little bit more of the play there. But again, I'm very impressed with this Beloit Memorial team. They are solid and fast.
Playing well, and yeah, you look at Kyle Hanneman, number 7's got a ton of speed. Hunter Hurst, number 20, also a speedster, can really move along the ice. And you have got to be careful. When we know the Panthers like to have at least one defenseman pinch down. If you see some open ice, they like to step him up to the circle or even to the faceoff dot, depending on what kind of offense they're running. If Hanneman or Hurst gets behind you, it's going to be awfully tough to catch up.
It really will be. So, no, I think the second period is going to be really interesting.
All right, folks. We're going to take a break, and we'll be back. You're watching Oregon Panthers boys hockey here on OCAmedia. Don't go anywhere. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Zach Seeloff, Dan Graychuk here at the Edwards Ice Arena in Beloit. The Beloit Memorial Purple Knights have kept it scoreless here against the visiting Oregon Panthers. And Dan, as much as I feel like Oregon controlled that period for the most part, I think if you're the Purple Knights, you got to look at it as a win. Coming into this game, I think it's fair to say that Oregon was the favorite. They had the edge. You blank them in the first period, and your goalie's looking very solid. You've just got to figure out how to get good sustained pressure now for them on the offensive side.
Yeah, the Panthers definitely dominated possession. They definitely held the puck and controlled the puck longer, but that was about it. Otherwise, the speed seemed to go back and forth. We saw big rushes from each end. So although Oregon definitely controlled time of possession, I think Beloit Memorial controlled the tempo of play, if that makes sense.
Absolutely. And then 2 penalties against the Panthers in that period. Nothing too severe, but a 2-minute minor for holding against Tristan Hughes, and then a 2-minute bench minor for too many skaters. Bryce McLeod is serving that, and in fact, it'll be 29 seconds of a power play for Beloit Memorial on the start. How do you come out and attack that? It's odd, I think, starting on the power play and having a limited time of the power play. What do you do to make the most of those 29 seconds if you're Beloit Memorial?
It's really tough because Oregon has the ability to make you pay, as we saw in one of their games where they were +2 on the penalty kill, and that's a killer for your power play unit. So it's one of those things where you have to be careful. You have to pick and choose your chances because the speed of Oregon and the opportunistic mindset that they have, they can definitely turn a penalty kill into a scoring chance. So you want to just try and get the puck, get it in deep, move it from high to low, side to side, try and get some shots. And especially try and go high on Hunter. Most of the shots have been coming in low, and he's going to block that off with the pads every time.
And then lastly, for the Panthers, what do you want to do to get off the schneid here, get a goal? What do the Panthers have to do to find their way past Aiden Wright?
You know, one of the things that I've liked so far that I've seen, and it's almost not a scoring thing. You notice a lot of times when Oregon is carrying the puck, if they don't see the lane they want, they're going to spin around and go back. They have no problem in going back into their own zone to set up and get the look they want. So I think what it is in their mindset is they're going to wait for the right play to set up, the right lane to open and take those shots. So I don't think they need to do anything to generate more of those. They just need to be patient. And if they can continue to do that, I think they'll have success.
All righty. Another 17 minutes here in the second period. Still a 0-0 tie. Aiden Wright has been outstanding. Hunter Newton has looked awfully good as well. Turned away some very nice shots, particularly some breakaway opportunities from the Beloit Memorial Purple Knights. The Knights wearing their throwback uniforms today. The Panthers in their black road uniforms. And they will start on the penalty kill. 27 seconds as I look at the clock now is what the power play will be. when we get underway here in the second period. Bryce McLeod in the box for the bench minor for too many skaters. Linesman blows the whistle, drops the puck, and we are underway. It's the Panthers that control. Timberlake sends all the way down and deep into the zone of the Memorial Purple Knights. Stepping up is Laszlo, as is Colton Ayers. Ayers has it on the near wall, nearly knocks it down, and now it's sent up right here in front of the scorer's table and chipped into the Panthers zone. 10 seconds to go on that power play. Timberlake has it, a nice reversal of direction. He comes up along his own near side, and now he'll chip this one in. And that should just about do it. 2-1, and there we go. Both teams are full strength, and the Panthers have killed it off, and in fact, they have it right behind the cage. Laszlo, some great stick handling. Feet in front. Colton Ayers trying to turn on it. He does. On a save. The puck coming out, now stepping up Hayden Bell. Bell finds Laszlo. Laszlo in the near corner just lost track of that puck, but coming up as Colton Ayers pushes his man against the wall, and it remains trapped there. Trying to dig this one out is number 14, Hunter Harrington. Harrington sends it up and does send it out. Tristan Hughes turns and keeps that one in, manages to hold the zone, and it's Laszlo at the far corner. Laszlo checked up off that puck, and now the Purple Knights, they didn't realize they had it, and stepping up is Colton Ayers. Laszlo again. Boy, Laszlo just absorbing some punishment, but here's Ayers, top of the circle. Drop off to the point for Timberlake. Back to Laszlo, outer hash. Feed into Tristan Hughes. Deflection no good, and this one's chipped out, and now getting after that one is Hanneman. We talked about his speed before as he heads into the far corner of his own zone, but it's going to be an icing call. We'll head back to the Purple Knights zone.
Those were some impressive saves by Aiden Wright down there. They always make it look easy on that first shot. Where it gets more tough is when there's so many bodies. He gets so low that he can track that puck, and he kept making sure that that puck was right at his center body. And because of that, he made sure that nothing kind of slipped by. So good positional play.
We should mention, because I don't think he looks like it physically, Aiden Wright, a freshman, has already 10 games played in this season. He's filled in mostly, but getting the start tonight. Face-off won by the Panthers. They send it through to center. Stepping up, Ryan Mitchick, shot and a save. Second chance shot, no good. It's trapped on the outside wall, and Wright managed to get his hand on it. Tristan Hughes crashing in there, but a good play by the goalie, Aiden Wright, once again.
That was just aggressive goaltending coming way out, because you can take away a lot of the shooting angles if you can do that. Smart play by Wright.
15:32 to go in the second period. Roscos wins this faceoff, but it's very confused. Top of the circle. Now here's Rohrer taking it, trying to turn around on his man. He can't do it. Tries to fight this one off the wall as he's trapped on the far side. Looking to kick it down to Zach Roscos. They still battle in there. 4 players trying to dig this one out. Tyson Rohrer guarding it. Just will not let it free. Now it does finally come loose. There's Tristan Hughes stepping up as well. Hughes in the far corner. Taps it towards the goal. Moves around behind and grabs this one cleanly. Hughes on the near side. Send up to the point for Mitchick. Mitchick across for Shiljan at the far point. Drop down for Rohrer in the corner. Rohrer steps up and now feeds this one across to Hughes. Hughes center, shot from Roscos. It's deflected, and now to the point for Mitchick. Mitchick back to Hughes behind the net. Hughes will have it there, looks to send to Roscos again. Now it's getting pushed up off this puck, and the puck there stuck. No, he kicks it with the blade of his skate and sends it back to himself. Now up to Gage Shiljan. Shiljan at the far point, stepping this one up. Feed down to Hughes, and it's a bit long. Moving up along the near side as Mitchick steps down to get it. Mitchick taps it down. There's Hughes again behind the net along with Tyson Rohrer. He feeds along to Rohrer. Turns around through center. Nope, it's blocked up by the Purple Knights. They send to the point, held by Gage Shiljan again. Shiljan's pass is nearly blocked, but Roscos takes it. No. Now this one I think is going to be turned around and skated away by Cade Whalen. Whalen's got a 2-on-2 here with Hurst. Whalen up along the left wing side with 14:16 to play. Gets pushed off this one by Mitchick. Mitchick tries to turn it around. He's got it behind the Panther net as he skates to the far side. Sends it up. Shot from Hanneman comes in, and a kick save from Hunter Newton. Now knocked along by Gage Shiljan. Shiljan able to send this one out into center ice. Delayed offsides against the Purple Knights, and the Panthers will have it. They send up hard to the point, but the Purple Knights take it. They drop this one off. Coming to the point. Shot and a save, and then a cover. Oh, my. Excuse me for a moment.
Yeah, that was an intense amount of action that they had down in Beloit zone on over here, and they were really gassing out the Purple Knights. But it also looks like Tyson Rohrer may have taken a stick up high and went to the bench. He was down on the ice, no call. We hope he's okay.
We'll see what happens, and we'll try and get you a report there. Hunter Newton making a couple nice saves in the Panthers zone as well. Off the face-off, the Panthers do control in their own zone. They send this one across. It's broken up, though, by Owen Larson. Larson back into the slot. He stays with the puck as he goes to the face-off dot. Drop off to the point. Drops off too strong, though. It is grabbed by Dakota Lynn. Lynn sends back in. That's going to be an offsides. Just couldn't quite coordinate there, and we'll get the offsides face-off.
Yeah, at least it's not an intentional offside, so that one doesn't go all the way down into the other end. But right now it looks like the Purple Knights are finding their stride. They're definitely starting to build back up here, and they're starting to get more zone and pressure time.
Face-off right at center ice, and it's swatted into the Panthers zone where it's taken by Drew Reynolds behind his net. Reynolds stops up briefly, now heads to the far side, swings over the top, but is able to get this one to Bryce McLeod. McLeod had served that too many skaters penalty earlier. His pass for Zymek well out of his reach and goes down for icing. We'll head back to the Panthers zone for another face-off with 13:17 to play in the second period.
Yeah, the Golden Knights seem to have found a second gear here. They're definitely playing a lot more intense than they did in the first period. And maybe it's just the comfort level. It's been a while since they played. Oregon is one of those teams that a lot of people always watch out for. But I think they realize they're playing along and they're in this game really well.
Zymek against Hunter Harrington in the face-off dot. Harrington puts it back behind the cage of the Panthers. Trying to get it on the near wall is Jake Fountain. He can't get it out, and it reverses course back to the end wall. Getting after that one is Timberlake. Timberlake going along the far side, feeds it up to McLeod. McLeod one touch to Zymek. Zymek's got one man to beat. He does, and the Panthers will be able to get up onside. Feed into center for Fountain, just out of his reach, and the puck comes to the near wall. Fountain trying to dig that one out with 12:53 to play in the second period. Puck works out to center point for Timberlake. Timberlake shot for a deflection from Fountain, no good. Fountain now feeds into center again and taken away this time by the Purple Knights. Purple Knights with a nice lead pass there, getting it to Tyler Harrington. It comes off his stick briefly. Drew Reynolds hassled into the corner. Reynolds, though, challenged as he tries to get that one out. It does come to the point, and it is held by the Purple Knights. A blocker save there from Hunter Newton. Has to squeeze up, but makes the stop. Puck back to the point, send across, and all the way to the far wall where Timberlake will have it for Oregon. Timberlake skating with this one, looking for a pass, stops around one man, feed to McLeod. McLeod moves around his man and enters the zone, and then ships after it. He'll let his team get a 5-skater change here with 12:14 in the second period. Nice job to step up on that one by Colton Ayers. Ayers tries to get after it on the near side. It works through center, nearly picked off, but it'll be Hayden Bell that has it at center ice. High off the glass. Nope. Chipped out off the glass, in fact, and we'll get the out-of-play face-off.
Yeah, that was a weird line change that we saw from Oregon there. They looked like they were going to get into a little bit of trouble with having too many players because Colton Ayers just bolted after that puck, and I still counted a number of bodies out here, so they got to be a little careful, but they were gassed after that shift.
That was a long, long shift for them, and they needed a 5-skater change for sure. Linesman checking in with the scorer's table here. Not sure what the story was.
I probably should mention it's like 10 degrees here in Beloit, and in the rink it's -4.
It is really cold on the ice. We'll have the face-off at center ice after the out-of-play from Hayden Bell. Puck drops, and it's the Panthers that will control. Hayden Bell has that one. Feeds across to Gage Shilgen, who moves it up. A one-touch for Colton Ayers is too strong, and Hanneman able to turn it back around into center ice. Bell has it there at the center line. He backhands in. That one should come down cleanly and end up behind the net of the Purple Knights. Hanneman gets after it, reverses direction, but Colton Ayers will have it in the corner, tries to send to center. Instead, it ends up behind the net. Now a backhand chance, a chance from Strassman in the slot. No good, but we have a whistle here.
Net off the
Net
mooring.
came off. Net came off the mooring, so we'll reset that. Boy, a great opportunity for the Panthers, just didn't quite have the timing.
Yeah, and Wright has such a hard push off that post that I think he pushed it right off. And again, that's not intentional. Goalies just use that for a little bit more leverage for that hard slide.
Face-off is won by the Panthers. It's Hayden Bell. Bell from the near point, shot and a save, trying to gather it up as Aiden. He can't grab it, but he gets the whistle.
Quick whistle.
Yeah, quick whistle, and you could see why. There were bodies jumping in front the referee's goal here, more to protect the goalie than anything else. They do it there, and we'll get another face-off.
Oh, yeah, definitely. I'd rather have a ref blow that whistle just a hair early than a hair late.
Absolutely. Face-off again won by the Panthers, again to Hayden Bell. Now he feeds across. Shot comes in and a great glove. Second chance, no good. And now Strassman tries to backhand it into center. It's swatted away. Remains behind the net where the Purple Knights will try and pick it up. Andy Badger stepping up, and he's able to send it out into neutral ice where it's picked up by Hayden Bell. Bell across to Laszlo Rose. Laszlo to Shilgen. Shilgen can't get it, and now here comes Badger, potentially 1-on-2. Badger tries to push Shilgen down. He can't do it, and now Shilgen finds Ayers. Ayers is step for step with his man, trying to get past Hunter Hurst. He does, works his way into the slot, whiffs over the top, but the hand is up, and we're going to get tripping, I believe. Yep, 2 minutes for tripping. This call will go against the Purple Knights. It's going to be Kyle Hanneman that hits the box, and the Panthers have their first power play.
Yeah, and that penalty was drawn by just a fierce push from Colton Ayers, just really trying to muscle through 3 different players, was able to draw that penalty. And this is really where we're going to see just how strong and fast the Knights can be, because Oregon's power play is something vicious.
It is awfully hard for teams to handle. The Panthers are one of the better teams in the league on the power play. And I'm just looking it up here right now. Their power play percentage, 85.7%, which is just insane. They've only had 7 power play opportunities, and they have converted 6 of them. So
Yeah.
Not bad for the Panthers there. I'm sorry. There we go. I was like, that couldn't have been right. That is against a selection teams. 39.3% though on 28 power plays. Still absolutely nothing to sneeze at. Zach Roscos in the dot for 2-minute power play here. The Panthers do lose the draw, though. It's won by Beloit Memorial. They try and send it up along the near side, and they're able to clear it out. With 10:50 to play in the second period, minute 50 to go on the power play, the Panthers will have to dig it out of their own zone. Tristan Hughes carrying here. Now he moves that one forward and up along the wall. Panthers continue to move it cross ice. Good one touch there, and Timberlake comes up left wing side. Timberlake looks to feed, drops to the point for Tristan Hughes. Hughes working his way to center point, and he'll give that one off to Roscos. Back to Hughes, still at center point. He's got a great shot, but he feeds to Timberlake. Timberlake into center for Rohrer. Rohrer, a shot, no good. Second chance, it's still free. Now they feed to Hughes. Hughes center point, and instead finds Roscos at the far dot. Roscos feed into Rohrer once again. Rohrer backhanding around, goes for the wraparound chance, no good. That net still appears on.
It sure looked like it moved.
Stopped up by Hunter Newton, and they drop for Tristan Hughes. 10:09 to play, minute 8 to go on the power play as Hughes carries this one up, feeds Rohrer at the blue line of the Panthers. Rohrer has to step back briefly, now goes cross ice to Timberlake at the center line. Timberlake steps around, and he's picked off and turned the other way by Hunter Harrington. Harrington trying to get by Hayden Bell. Bell just will not allow it and drops that puck off for Timberlake. 9:50 to play, though, 50 seconds to go on the power play. Beloit Memorial doing a nice job on the kill. Here comes Tristan Hughes slicing through center ice, gaining a ton of speed as he feeds across to Timberlake to gain the zone. Timberlake pushed up against the wall, briefly loses control of the puck, sends it behind the net. Hughes stepping up there along with Bell. Plenty of players in. Timberlake delivers the shot. Roscos has this one, turns it the other way, but it's grabbed there by Cooper. Cooper loses track of it. Rohrer tries to get it. Nope, this one's going to be cleared by Beloit Memorial, and they do send it all the way down with 20 seconds to go on the power play. 9:19 to play in the second period. Shiljan will give it to Hughes, and the Panthers have one more chance before this penalty expires. Hughes coming in again with quite a bit of speed here, moves around his man, goes to the outside, now to the face-off dot, drops it into center. It's knocked away, but held by Colton Ayers. Ayers moves that across to Laszlo. Laszlo, top of the circle, deflection, no good from Ryan Mitchell. Both teams full strength as the penalty expires. Mitchell tries to tap it up to Hughes at the point. Hughes can't grab it. It's tapped forward. That's going to be an icing call. And there is the whistle. We'll head back into the Beloit Memorial Zone. 8:50 to play. Excellent PK from the Purple Knights.
Yeah, that was a great penalty kill. They did good jobs of making sure that puck stayed on the outside. And the few times that it did come in close to right, you saw everybody collapse and just move to or try to get that puck out. They did a great job. So even though the Panthers had great passing once they got it in the zone, they couldn't find the lane they wanted.
Colton Ayers will be taking on Owen Larson in the face-off dot. That puck a little confused, but now the Memorial Purple Knights carry it to Tanneman, who was assessed that penalty earlier, at the blue line, tries a tricky shot, gets it through, and Shiljan able to knock the rebound away. It was a shoulder save from Hunter Newton on a very dangerous shot from Hanneman. Hanneman all alone, center point, shot deflected by Ryan Mitchell all the way to the near wall. Mitchell puts his man off it, sends it to the far wall, where it'll be picked up by the behoodied Matt Strassman. Strassman in his own blue line tries to send it forward for Colton Ayers. It gets caught up in a stanchion, a little funny there, and Strassman is able to send this one down with 8:18 to play in the second period. Hanneman backhands that for his teammate Zimmerman. Zimmerman, though, can't hold it. Dakota Lynn trying to send it along. It's briefly stopped up by Strassman. Strassman still fighting for this one. Now Zimmerman sends it along the far wall where Shiljan will step up. Shiljan knocks the stick off of his man, but this one does come out into center ice. Losing his stick there was Aiden Saunders, but here's Colton Ayers. No, Ayers is offsides. Boy, he had one more step to take, and he had an open look at that net, but just a skosh offsides will get the face-off.
Yeah, those offsides are so hard sometimes in the speed of the game, and we talk about it an awful lot where maybe if you're watching, it seems obvious that you're offsides, but when you've got to keep track of a puck, a bunch of people with sticks and razor blades on their feet, sometimes it's hard to make sure that you stay on sides.
A lot to keep track of. Boy, a hard face-off win by Zymek actually goes past Hayden Bell and all the way into the Panthers zone behind their net. Zymek trying to dig this one off the wall. He does send it up along the near side, but it's stopped up once again by the Purple Knights. Now the Panthers look to accelerate it along. It comes into center ice where it's grabbed by Cade Whalen. Whalen nearly loses track of that one in front of the bench, but he's able to get it to Hunter Hurst. Hurst stripped of it in center ice by McLeod, but now it comes back to Hurst at the blue line, taken though by Bell and sent up to Zymek. Zymek enters the zone. He's got a couple of players across, fight across, a shot from McCormick and a save. Boy, that was nearly Pat McCormick's first goal of the season. We talked about him at the top of the broadcast. Here comes that speed of Hanneman. Hanneman to the near dot. No good, and boy, he loses the edge and goes hard into the boards, and we've got a hand up. I think actually we're going to get Timberlake for tripping. I have to admit, I didn't see what Timberlake had done. It just looked like he lost the edge, but the referee right on top of it makes the tripping call.
Yeah, it was the back end ref that saw it. I think had a better view of the one that was in the corner, and I have to agree with the call. I definitely think that should have been a trip. And it's in that one area where, as a player, you hate to go down with that much speed because there's just nothing between you and the boards.
No, you're sliding in.
And so that's a dangerous play to make there. But so now we get to see their power play again.
Beloit Memorial with another power play. It'll be Tristan Hughes, the linesman, trying to get him lined up the way he wants. And it's, oh boy, nearly a shot from the slot, but now Hughes tries to get it out, and he does manage to force it just out at the blue line. Move this one across to Braden Cooper with 1:50 to go on the power play. 7:02 to go in the in the second period. Hughes is going to pick this puck up in the Oregon zone. Skates to the far side, moves around one man, but that one's going to be stopped by Harrington. Harrington sends down where it's taken by Gage Shilgen. Shilgen's got some open ice. He's got cherry picking Tristan Hughes, and Hughes is now all alone behind the net. Hughes picks it up in the near corner, skates that one around, moves all the way around, actually comes out of the zone, and will just continue to kill time with 1:26 to go on the power play. 6:36 to go in the second period. Now fires a hard one down, and getting after that one is Colton Ayers. Great lift, actually a bit too high of a lift there. He hit the mezzanine window, was Aiden right in front of our camera there. I bet we got a decent shot of that.
Yeah, and then Braden Cooper for the Knights, which kind of went over and was laughing at him a bit. And he's even kind of posing down there like, it happens.
It's a living.
Goalies are not right in the head. I can speak from experience on that. We take too many pucks to the face.
1:16 on the power play. It's won by the Panthers. Great glove. That one was going wide, but nonetheless a tremendous snatch from Aiden Wright on the shot from the point by Hayden Bell.
One of the things you and I have talked about a lot off our broadcast is goalie glove position. And if you look at his, it's nice and high. It's not as high as it was before, but he's got that good position with it. It's nice and forward, about 5-6 inches, gives him good control, and we've seen him use it a couple times. About the only thing we've seen is he has a hard time grasping the puck.
Nice of him to give you another demonstration of it there. 2 straight shots from Hayden Bell, and he's gloved them both. Another face-off. This time it does come to Hayden Bell once again. Bell trying to knock it out, but it does come to center ice. Boy, and flying up after it is Hanneman. He has got just a ton of speed. He's on the near side of the Panthers' wall now. This one comes behind the net. Battling forward is Shilgen. Gage Shilgen able to take this one off of Badger, and Laszlo will turn it around. Laszlo now trying to flick it clear. He does send that one out, and here comes Colton Ayers. Ayers is 1-on-2. He's got one man to beat. He drops it off to the point. The Memorial Purple Knights will pick it up there. Laszlo gets engaged with his man as Shilgen will send that one down. 41 seconds to go on the power play. 5:51 to play in the second period. Still a scoreless game here at the Edwards Ice Arena. Oh boy, Dakota Lynn, a dangerous turnaround, but he's able to make it work along the near side of the wall. Picked up by Hayden Bell. Bell moves into center ice and now chops that one in, and Laszlo will hustle after it as Kyle Hanneman for the Purple Knights goes to pick it up. Hanneman sends it forward to Badger in center ice. Now they tip this one, trying to get it to Hurst. Hurst picks it up and there's the zone. He's got 2 men to beat. Is forced to the outside. Low angle shot hits the outside of the cage, and the Panthers take it again. Mitchik up off the wall looking to get it out. No, stopped by Lynn. Lynn swings over the top, but now he's trying to take a shot. Deflected and a stick save. A great stick save on a deflection by Hunter Newton. Now here comes, both teams are full strength as coming in is Tristan Hughes. Hughes to the outside, goes behind the net, trying to get this one into center. Instead feeds to the point for Carson Timberlake. Timberlake drops back down to the outer hashes. Now cutting to center is Rohr. Rohr looking to get his way in. No, nothing there. Good defense from Memorial. Now a low angle shot. He gets it back. Feeds off top of the circle for Timberlake. Timberlake down outer hashes again for Rohr. Rohr cross ice pass, no good. Trying to get it to Mitchik. Mitchik though able to keep it in the zone and down into the far corner. Hughes delivers a big shot, and he's going to get an elbowing call. It looked like he got the elbows out forward there. Interference is the call. I'm surprised at the call of interference, but I'm not surprised at a call.
Correct. There definitely should have been a call there. I don't necessarily agree with interference, but they kind of should have matched it up there because there was a little bit of pushing and shoving after including an elbow. So it's one of those things, again, where we find mental mistakes and offensive zone penalties can always end up hurting you, and that's what you want to try to avoid.
Yeah, and a hit like that, you just never want to check through someone's numbers. And if all you're seeing is the numbers, you never want to deliver that shot. In that case, comes up behind him, delivers the hit, gets tagged for interference. So with 4:40 to play in the second, another Beloit Memorial power play. But boy, the Panthers penalty killers have looked great.
They really have, but the Golden Knights are starting to look better and better.
Timberlake now, he finds Laszlo, and Laszlo's going to be one-on-one here working against Cooper. Laszlo Laszlo moves around and backhand shot chips over the net and into the safety netting. Out of play, face-off, and with 4:29 to go, we'll have, oh boy, and you can see his head up. He wants that one back, wants another chance.
Yeah, I think he wanted to pull it over onto the inside and try and get on his forehand. He just wasn't able to. But over the last power play that the Golden Knights had, and now this one, it's almost as if the Panthers are playing at even strength.
The Panthers, and that's something we know about them, they have an aggressive PK mentality. They forecheck really hard. Off the faceoff, can't get to it as Colton Ayers, and this one is going to be taken out by Tyler Harrington. Harrington on the power play chips that one into the Panthers zone. 4:20 to go in the second period, minute 39 to go on the power play. Timberlake able to launch it out and launch it clear, and Colton Ayers will put the pressure on the forecheck as Aiden Wright stops it behind his own net. Wright leaves that one off for Dmitry Giannitsos. Giannitsos moves it across, and the Memorial Purple Knights trying to move this one. Great pickoff in center ice by Laszlo, and now Laszlo comes back into the zone, tries to feed across. His pass broken up by Harrington. Laszlo into Ayers in center, shot and a pad save from Aiden Wright, and that puck rocketed out, but it'll be Gage Shilgen picking it up. Colton Ayers getting back on as they feed it over to Hayden Bell. Bell in his own zone looking to feed this one up to Laszlo. Laszlo's got cross ice for Ayers. He finds Ayers. Ayers high slot, fires a shot too high up over the corner and hits the glass. But the Panthers putting tons of pressure on shorthanded. 54 seconds on the power play, 3:32 to go in the second period, still scoreless at the Edwards Ice Arena. Hayden Bell has this one, chops it back, trying to get it to Zach Roscoe, stuck on the near wall here in front of the benches, but now Beloit Memorial does force it into the Panther zone, try to get set up on offense on their power play. They have 38 seconds of it remaining. Puck behind the net now for the Panthers, swinging over the top is Gage Shilgen as Zach Roscoe gets there though and sends it out into center ice, forcing the Purple Knights to reset. Turning around at their own blue line, they send it forward. It's Zach Roscoe picking it up again, drops it off for his D-man, Gage Shilgen, and Shilgen rifles that one into the zone of Beloit Memorial. 18 seconds to go on the power play, and Rohrer picks up the loose puck, can't quite track it though, and it does end up back in the corner. He tries to get after it, but a great move around by Cade Whalen, and Whalen carries into center ice. Whalen now coming up the left wing side, 6 seconds left on the power play. His shot deflected by Mitchik and ends up behind the net. Whalen goes for the wraparound, no good. Shilgen instead will send that one along on the far side, goes through right through the legs of the linesman, and both teams are full strength. Another solid kill from these Oregon Panthers, and here's a pickoff by Strassman. Now Ayers swatted away at the last second by Dakota Lind. Tremendous last second defense. This puck comes high and comes long. That should be icing. Nope, didn't have enough juice, and Mitchik will pick it up behind his net for the Panthers. Mitchik with 2:16 to play, gets it across to Matt Strassman. Strassman on the far side. Nice little lead pass there for Laszlo Rose. It goes hard off Laszlo's stick, but Strassman is following. We got another whistle here, kind of a hit up high. Is the delayed penalty is going against Memorial. I did not see the signal. It was not because of that. The hand had been up from the referee who was below our vision because trying to hit the bench was Hunter Newton.
Yeah, I didn't see it, so I didn't even see what the call was.
We'll try and listen for the PA announcer. Did not hear what the call was, but at any rate, there was a penalty, and it's assessed to number 20, Hunter Hurst. So it'll be a 2-minute power play on the minor penalty against Hurst. I apologize that we do not know what the call was, but the faceoff in the Panthers zone, the Panthers do have it. Nice move by Zach Roscoe. Roscoe has this puck. It feeds it across. And a swing and a drive from Tristan Hughes. The call was slashing on that previous penalty, but Hughes' shot does not get through. A second shot from Hughes, deflection, but it just misses the net. Hayden Bell putting the body in front there. Timberlake on the near side now sends to Hughes again. Wind another shot and a great save. Stepping up is Roscoe. Roscoe low angle. Instead feeds out to center point. Center point Hughes. Wind another shot. It doesn't get through, and this one comes out and all the way into center ice. Tristan Hughes, a nice drop off for Carson Timberlake there. Minute 33 to play in the second period. Minute 23 on the power play. Great drop off back to Hughes. Hughes top of the far circle. Now high slot. Getting towards the hash marks and wrapping around. Trying to cut his way back in as he moves behind the net. Wrap around chance and a score! Tristan Hughes, the power play wraparound score with a minute 20 to go in the second period. He breaks this tie and gets the Panthers on top 1-0.
That's one Wright's going to want back. He stood up after he went from the post and tried to move back over, and that took a little bit too much time, and Hughes has that good reach. Hughes must have shot 3 or 4 times on that power play, but the downside to having him quarterback it at the blue line is he does such a good job at running interference and creating screens, but that was just good, hard work from the Panthers.
It must have been at least 4 slap shots from that center point. They tried everything to get that to work, and instead it's Hughes carrying it down low and getting the wraparound score. We see him do that fairly often. He's got the speed to make that move, and he's able to beat Aiden Wright. So with 1:20 to go, we'll have a center ice face-off. The Panthers are on top 1-0. Pat McCormick in the dot for the Panthers, but it's Beloit Memorial that wins it in the person of Hunter Harrington. But actually, we're going to get an icing call there. After Harrington had chipped it back, it was swatted from behind the center line, so an icing call, and we'll come into the Memorial zone.
Yeah, the Panthers have a real solid power play unit, and although there are a couple power plays that they had before really never got the gas, that one generated a lot of shooting and a lot of movement.
Face off in the near side of the Beloit Memorial zone. They're able to clear this one out. They get it onto the stick of Tyler Harrington as he moves up the outside. Harrington to the far side tries to take a little snapshot. It's easily sticked away by Hunter Newton and all the way to the near wall. Zymek has it there, sends it up along the near side for Drew Reynolds. Reynolds tries to chip it forward and does get it ahead to Jake Fountain. Fountain off the wall to Pat McCormick. McCormick and Zymek looking to enter the zone. They get in onside as that puck comes around all the way to the near wall. Fountain getting after it there, but it's to the point. Drew Reynolds, deflection attempt from Zymek, but a pad save from Wright. Shiljan feeds it down into McCormick. McCormick looking to move around it. Zymek now will have it. Back to the point for Shiljan. Shiljan back down. McCormick's going to have to turn around, but this one comes hard to the near wall. Drew Reynolds won't be able to stop it in time, and with 30 seconds to go, he retreats to his own defensive zone. Feed to Shiljan on the far side. Shiljan through center, past everybody. The hand is up for icing, and that will come to the Panthers zone now with 22 seconds to play.
It must be a little bit frustrating for the Purple Knights right now because they're having a hard time getting it into the offensive zone and then containment. Having a little bit of time to work a cycle along the boards, try and find some open lanes, deflections, because I don't think any screens have really been put in front of Hunter Newton at all.
No, Newton's been able to see pretty much every shot that he's faced. So with an even 22 seconds to play here in the second period, the Panthers do lead 1-0. Face-off in their zone after the icing call. Face-off is won by Beloit. Hanneman from the point, a shot and a save, and the rebound quickly covered up by Hunter Newton. He didn't see that one, I think, initially. It hit him right in the Panthers logo on his jersey, and then was able to dive on it.
Yeah, it seems like both goaltenders have had a hard time controlling the puck after it hits them. They're not corralling it and stopping it up.
Off the face-off, this time it's won by the Panthers. It ends up almost behind their net, but instead on the post, and we get a quick whistle from the official as Newton tried to cover it up. 15.9 to play, and we'll get another face-off.
Well, if they can continue to win on these face-offs, they can maybe, in this 16 seconds, we've seen Oregon score with 1.7 or 1.3 seconds left a couple times in a row.
Exactly. Off the face-off again into the slot, and again a quick cover from Newton, and boy, Andy Badger, I think, is going to want that one back. He kind of paintbrushed it and just guided it toward Newton rather than shooting it at him.
I think he was just as shocked as Hunter Newton was that the puck ended up on his stick, and there's that little bit of a quick, what do I do next? So it was weird the way it came in, and then he just kind of whiffed on it.
We've got one shot. Yeah, Colton Ayer's turning around. He'll stay on this line. one short player for Oregon, but now we're at the even 5. Tristan Hughes in the face-off dot taking on Hunter Hurst. Puck drops. Hurst knocks it right onto net, but an easy stick save for Hunter Newton. 9 seconds to play as the Panthers try and get this one out into center ice. They do. It's picked up there by Cade Whalen. Whalen loses track as here comes Hughes with 1 second to play. Backhands one on, and Aiden Wright makes the last save. And so a very, very busy second period. 2 penalties against both teams. Tripping against Carson Timberlake. Interference against Tristan Hughes for the Panthers. Tripping against Kyle Hanneman for Beloit Memorial, and then slashing against Hunter Hurst, and that slashing penalty converted into the wraparound power play goal by Tristan Hughes. That is the difference in this game, 1-0 after 2.
Yeah, it was a great setup by Hughes. I mean, a lot of it was just his speed. Two things I'm always amazed at is one, his time on the ice. I swear he skates an entire power play. He's out there for a full 2-minute shift, and he keeps his skates constantly moving, which is what you want to see from your forwards. You never want to see somebody standing around. He's always moving, and that allowed him to generate the speed necessary to wrap that around and beat Wright.
Absolutely. Going into the third period, Beloit Memorial now down 1-0, but on a power play goal, they've got to still be pretty happy with what they've been able to do. They've been able to kill off one penalty of their own. What do they look for to get that equalizer in the third period?
They've got to be really, really happy with their goaltending. Aiden Wright has played remarkable. He's put on a clinic in a lot of ways. His support has also been there. The defensive support that he receives on rebounds, they're clearing them right away. Right now, they're very anemic in scoring chances. They're not getting a good transition game going. When they are getting a turnover, they're really not converting on it and moving it the other way. They seem handcuffed by it. I think they just need to take a breath, calm down, and just go back to basic stuff. Dump and chase hockey. Get it into the corner, cycle it out, try to find open bodies and lanes.
Alrighty, folks, we're going to take a break, and we will be back with the third and final period. The Panthers lead 1-0, but there's 17 minutes yet to play. Don't go anywhere. You're watching OCAmedia's presentation of Oregon Panthers boys hockey. Five, four. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Zach Seeloff and Dan Graychuk here at the Edwards Ice Arena in Beloit. The Panthers on top 1-0. We talked about what Beloit wants to do. What do the Panthers want to do to close this one out, get the W?
I think they need to generate more second chance scoring. So far, they've done a lot to get that first shot in, but the defense have been so solid in supporting Aiden Wright that they're clearing all that out. So they need to get a little bit more traffic in front of them, look for those rebounds, and again, try and get those dirty, gritty goals.
You and I were talking off air, too. Aiden Wright, as a freshman, is performing incredibly well, and I think but for him, the Panthers may be way out ahead in this game. He's really done a job.
Yeah, the goaltending we're seeing from Beloit Memorial has just been absolutely stellar. They have to be incredibly impressed and pleased with a freshman goaltender who's able to make the type of saves that he has. And the one goal that got by, I think it's one he'd want back. Goaltenders hate those wraparounds because they're ones that if you follow the basic rules, you should be able to stop. But outside of that, that only breakdown there, everything else in his game has been spot on.
I've been very impressed watching him play, and you mentioned his defenders have done a really good job supporting him. The Panthers in the second half of that second period seemed to go to a philosophy of more trying outside shots to get rebounds, and the defense did a good job clearing them away.
They really did.
All right, third and final period, 17 minutes to play. Faceoff is won forward by Roscos, but quickly taken away by Beloit Memorial. Roscos at the center line. Now he's got a chance at it. Roscos 2-on-1. He's got Tyson Rohrer. High slot, shot, deflection away. Rohrer, second chance, and a score. We talk about from our lips to their sticks. Tyson Rohrer getting the second chance opportunity, and it's 2-0 Panthers.
And that's what you have to do to beat a goaltender that solid is get that first shot, look for the rebound, and that's exactly what happened. So another good push forward. They get the shot, get the rebound, and now it's 2-0 just 13 seconds into the third period.
Great effort play from the Panthers there. Zach Roscos and Tyson Rohrer doing a job. And now another face-off coming as the Panthers have a 2-0 lead in the third and final period. Puck loose after the face-off, and it's swatted into the Panther zone, but Tristan Hughes will pick it up and head behind his own net. Hughes trying to accelerate. Boy, he goes down hard and heads face first into the wall there, but gets up and looks no worse for the wear, and Tarson Timberlake will pick this one up. Timberlake has got Hughes trying to cheat there on the corner. Instead, it's going to go over to Rohrer on the near side. Rohrer stops up at the point, getting hassled here along the wall, but now it's Timberlake. Timberlake shot comes in. The rebound opportunity is there, and a save again on the shot from Roscos. Second chance, no good. Aiden Wright doing a nice job to save it. Puck gets poked its way towards Hughes, now into the slot. Point for Hayden Bell. Bell tries to kick it in, but it's knocked away, and here comes Hanneman. Hanneman one-on-one with Bell. Bell swats it away one-handed and turns this one around to Roscos. Now back to Bell at center ice. Bell finds Hughes, and Hughes taps that one into the zone. Hughes trying to get past his man and get to this one on the near side wall. Instead, Rohrer comes away with it in the near corner, pushes it behind the Beloit Memorial net with 15:49 to play. Memorial hustles that one along the dasher. It hits Gage Shiljan in the back, and now this one's going to be taken one-handed, moved forward by Harrington, but I believe it will be Drew Reynolds to pick it up. No, Harrington still getting after this one. Harrington behind the Panther net and looks to set up on offense. Feed across through center, nobody there to grab it, but Andy Badger's stepping up. He'll pick it up again through center, again nobody there to pick it up. Hunter Hurst has it at the top of the far circle, tries to move around a man. Instead, it's poked away by Colton Ayers and taken by Reynolds. Reynolds off the wall to Laszlo Rose, and Laszlo sends this one out into center ice where Andy Badger will have it. Move it over to Hanneman. It's past Hanneman, actually, and it's Dakota Lynn that's going to try and get this one. Lynn takes it to the far side behind his net with 15:10 to play. Dakota Lynn into center ice, loses track, and that one's sent back in briefly by Laszlo. Now chipped further in, and actually chipped lightly on net as Aiden Wright puts it forward onto the near wall. Stepping up is Colton Ayers, as is Matt Strassman. Ayers tries to get it through center. Instead, it's swatted down along the near side and taken behind the net by the Purple Knights. They send that one up along the near side where Hunter Hurst will have it. Hurst along the left wing side enters the Panthers zone, tries to get into the slot. The puck poked off his stick by Ryan Mitchick, and Strassman sends it into center ice. Strassman ahead to Carson Timberlake. Timberlake with Laszlo. Timberlake moves around his man, cuts low, feed to Laszlo. Laszlo at the hash mark, shot and a save. Timberlake can't get the second chance, but it's dropped back to him. Timberlake top of the circle and a blocker save. Excuse me, that was Laszlo with the shot from the top of the far circle. Puck knocked all the way into the Panthers zone now, and Laszlo will control. Settles it down, moves it up off the wall for for Colton Ayers. Boy, that one went right past the lineman. You could hear some oohs and ahs here in the mezzanine. One-touch pass is picked off by Beloit Memorial and briefly sent back into the Panthers zone before Ryan Mitchick knocks it into center ice. That one now hard into the Panthers zone and going along the far side wall. Getting after it is Carson Timberlake, who will take it for the Panthers with 13:59 to play. Timberlake turns it back around, gets it to Jake Fountain. Fountain working through center. He's got a couple players with him. Bryce McLeod and Pat McCormick has Fountain heads behind the net. Fountain looks to distribute all the way to the far corner. Tries to get this one up to the point for Hayden Bell. It's there. Bell across now and finds Gage Shiljan. Shiljan at the near point, turning around, back to Bell. Bell center point, has to get after that puck quickly and feeds it down to Jake Fountain, who sends it behind the net. 13:34 to play. Panthers on top 2-0 in the third period. That pass broken up by Cooper, but now Cooper sends it along, and this one pinching down is Hayden Bell. Bell can't quite get it, and this puck actually bounces over Fountain's stick and into the Panthers zone. Going for a change are the Beloit Memorial Purple Knights, as that puck is one touched off of Bryce McLeod's stick and into the zone, all the way down into Purple Knight territory. Trying to turn it around all the way to the far side. They get it past Tyler Harrington. Harrington skates through center and is able to tap this one out into the neutral ice, but quickly turning it back is Gage Shiljan. Shiljan to the outer hash marks, inside to Roar. Roar loses track of the puck and gets checked down for his troubles as Tyler Harrington sends this one into the Panther zone with 12:54 to play. Boy, getting hassled every step of the way is Tristan Hughes, but Hughes sticks with that puck, slashes through his own slot, and feeds this one to Zach Roscos. Roscos tries to get it back up to Hughes, but it's sent down further into the Panther zone. Hughes still battling for this one, and as is Roscos. Roscos is going to chase it down behind his own net, poke it along to the near side where it'll be picked up by Giannotzos. Shot comes in from the point, well left of the cage. Hughes coming up there, delivers the check, but it's stopped up by Lynn, who sends it to the far corner. Now Hayden Bell will have a chance to break this out for Oregon. Hayden Bell screaming up in front of the scorer's table. He'll chip that one in, and I believe he may have chipped it out of play. And we're going to get an out-of-play face-off. That one's, again, just below our sight line there. So a long run without a stoppage there. Panthers on top 2-0 with 12:20 to play.
One of the things that I'm seeing from the Golden Knights is they seem to be giving a little bit too much respect to the Panthers. They're not able to support their offensive rushes because they're always staying just a little bit back. I think they need to start taking some chances here.
Ryan Mitchick off the face-off sends that one forward. It's out of the reach of Tristan Hughes and held by Dakota Lynn in his own zone. Lynn retreating further and further back. Now moves that one up to the point. It's stripped by Roar. Roar has it taken away again, but Roscos now feeds this one across and off the wall for Hughes in the near side. Hughes tries to move around to a couple of men, can't do it, and Hanneman will take it behind his net. Sends that one forward, but Roscos getting involved. Hanneman is not able to control, but this one is taken by Cade Whalen. Whalen moving up along the far side and enters the Panther zone all the way to the outer hash marks. His shot well wide of the cage and rims along to the near side. Andy Badger steps up to get that one, can't do it. Instead it's Hurst. Hurst a light shot and gloved and covered by Hunter Newton.
One of the things we even saw in that rush there, you had three bodies coming in. So you have F1, F2, F3. So your F1 is a forward with the puck. He needs to take it in and either go right to the net or go to that corner and look for F2, who's going right down the middle. F3 needs to be hooking around to the front of the net. So that pass that was made at center, everybody was staying back almost at a diagonal line. They need to be a little more aggressive.
The face-off from number 8, Owen Larson, goes right on net, but Hunter Newton able to get on top. 11:40 to play in the third and final period. Another face-off in the near side of the Panthers zone. Colton Ayers versus Owen Larson as the linesman gets everyone ready. Linesman saying, what do you not understand about getting out of the circle? Moves both players out, drops the puck. Battle ensues, and it's skated away. Boy, backhanded by Mitchick on his own net. Nearly an own goal, but an alert play by Hunter Newton. Sent back in by the Purple Knights, but Mitchick settles that one down. Moves it forward for Laszlo Rose. Laszlo has Colton Ayers. Instead tries to move it across to Strassman. Colton Ayers picks it up. Ayers from the hash marks is stopped by Braden Cooper, but now drops this one off for Laszlo. Laszlo, a nice stick handling, but Cooper gets in the way and knocks it to the wall again. Memorial trying to find a way to move this one around. They send it to the near side with 11:11 to play in the third period. Coming up to the point, it's held there by Carson Timberlake, who drops down for Laszlo. Laszlo feeds and gets it into Colton Ayers. Ayers trying to key in the center. Instead, he'll go to the point. Once again, Timberlake. Timberlake shot deflection attempt sends it away from the net. A second shot and a pad save. That one coming from Laszlo. And now again to the near wall, but there's Carson Timberlake once more. Timberlake moves it down for Matt Strassman. Strassman can't get there. Instead, it's Timberlake stick handling. His shot deflected away behind the net. Strassman into center for Colton Ayers. Now Laszlo has it. Turns, fires high over the net, and we're stopped as the net had come off its mooring once again. 10:43 to play in the third period.
How Aiden Wright was able to see that one shot, because there was so much traffic and we were at the perfect angle to see where that puck was going. It was just a bunch of bodies going in front, but Wright gets so low when he's tracking that puck that he was able to swallow it up and move it out of play.
Andy Zymek will take the faceoff down for the Panthers against Owen Larson on the near side of the Purple Knights zone. Linesman drops the puck. It works its way towards the net, but the Purple Knights come up with it on the near side. Send up along the wall, held by Timberlake. Timberlake's shot is deflected away by Larson and comes into center ice for Hayden Bell. Bell back to his D partner Timberlake at the blue line. Timberlake now moves forward on the near side, and a one-touch to Zymek. Zymek has it knocked off his tape, but he picks it up in the near corner. Sends along the far side, gets it all the way to the point for Hayden Bell. Bell now center point for Timberlake. Timberlake moving across. Now center point Bell. Bell shot and covered up. Slot from Zymek, no good. Zymek pushed off that one by an angry Aiden Wright, but Aiden had never actually covered that puck. Again, a quick whistle.
Yeah, it was right there, and I understand as a goaltender you never like people getting too close to you, anything like that, but that one might have been a little bit of an overreaction.
10:14 to play in the third and final period. 2-0 in favor of the Panthers here at the Edwards Ice Arena in Beloit. The puck is won by Beloit, and Hanneman moves it along the near side wall where it'll be picked up by Carson Timberlake. No, Timberlake has it knocked off his tape and is forced to retreat back into his own zone. Timberlake here being shadowed by Sean McCarthy, tries to move around him. He's collides with three different players, and there is a lot of contact there. I think we're going to get an interference penalty against Timberlake.
I think they're matching them up.
I think we are. I think it's going to be Timberlake and Sean McCarthy. We'll see if they get tagged for interference or what. We'll let you know the precise call, but matching penalties against number 19 Sean McCarthy and number 5 Carson Timberlake with 9:57 to play in the third and final period.
So we're going to stay 5-on-5 at least, so we'll see kind of what happens from there.
Exactly. No power play for either team. Off the faceoff, it's won by the Panthers. Now it's chipped back in, but the Panthers are able to take it. Drop in their own slot for Shiljan. Now back to Roscos. Roscos has it at his outer edge, looking to distribute. Now he rifles a long home run pass for Hughes. Hughes doesn't get a hand on it, and that's going to be an icing call.
Yeah, we see that a lot from Hughes. He likes to find those little corners right at the blue line. And with the speed they're able to generate out of their own zone, they're able to sometimes connect on those home run passes.
Roughing.
Yep,
so roughing the call against both McCarthy and Timberlake. So even up penalties. We are not down a man on either team. And with 9:36 to play, it's Tristan Hughes carrying this one for the Panthers. Hughes nearly loses track of it, but now picks it up at the far wall. Still trying to send this one into center. Finds Roscoe. Shot and a save. Quick save by Aiden Wright on the one-time shot from Zach Roscoe. 9:22 to play in this game. It's again with Hughes. Hughes loses track and gets it over to Rohrer. Rohrer behind the net trying to get this one into center. Good job clogging up the passing lanes by Beloit. But now here's Shiljan, top of the circle. Deflection attempt, no good from Roscos, and the shot ends up wide of the cage. Nice job to hook it back for Roscos, and now it's Hughes at the near corner. Hughes, a good attack there from Beloit in their own zone. Hughes still trying to fight for this one, though, as he plays it with the skate, stops it up, and turns it around. Hughes sends it forward. Here's Tyson Rohrer, low angle, feed and a score! He finds Zach Roscoe's dead center in the slot. One-timer this time is good, and it's 3-0 Panthers.
Yeah, and it looks like we got a possible broken stick, maybe. But what ended up happening there was Tristan Hughes was fighting so hard along the boards, and he drew two Golden Knights to him that were trying to separate him, which left an open body in Zach Roscoe, who's right in the slot. There's nothing Wright could have done about that.
No, that is a a goal that any goaltender is going to give up, because on the one-timer to Roscoe's, he's got nothing but net to look at, no matter how hard Wright pushes off on that one.
Yeah.
So with 8:51 to play, the Purple Knights trail now 3-0. Oregon on top here in the third and final period at the Edwards Ice Arena. And now it's Colton Ayers carrying this one. He enters the zone, moves his way to the slot, takes a shot. It's covered up by Iden Wright on the second chance. Again, did not know, and now we've got a slashing call. And after the play, it's going to be slashing against number 20, Hunter Hurst. So now we will have a 2-minute power play as Hurst goes to the box for slashing, and the Panthers have another opportunity here.
Yeah, and that I think was a little bit of a kind of a response to maybe a little slash put on Wright. Hard to say, but now here we go with Oregon on a power play.
Oregon on a 2-minute power play with 8:41 to go in the game. They lead 3-0. And in the faceoff dot is Colton Ayers, referee making sure that net is properly set. And now we're ready to go. Faceoff is won by Colton Ayers, gets it back to Tristan Hughes. Hughes now feeds and drops this one down low for Laszlo Rose. Now back to Hughes, center point. Hughes looking to distribute, instead pulls the trigger, a shot and a save. Mitchell looks to get after it. Ayers looks to get after it, finds the open net, and finds the score. And that time the referee, I think, who may have been feeling that he's called these early, lets that one go a little bit, and able to dig it out is Colton Ayers and get the score.
Boy, I don't agree with that at all. The only reason that puck was coming out is because the whistle didn't blow, and Wright wasn't sure where it was, but his leg pad was covering that puck. You could barely see any of it, and with the consistency of quick whistles, that should have been a whistle, and I think Wright's rightfully unhappy about that one, because that one I'm not thinking should have gone that way. I think that was not a good whistle from the refs.
It was definitely different, because we have seen quick whistles from the refs in this game previously, and I wonder if that was sort of weighing on them as they let that one go. But at any rate, we've got a discussion here. The referee is down discussing with the head coach, Kurt Bucks, for Beloit Memorial, just letting him know what happened. But now we're ready for the faceoff with 8:28 to play. The Panthers on top 4-0. Colton Ayers wins that one. He's checked off the puck, though, and it moves all the way back to Braden Cooper behind his net. Cooper sends along, and Strassman will pick it up near side, sends back down. Behind the net now, it's picked up by Laszlo. Laszlo for Colton Ayers. Ayers along the near wall again for Strassman. Strassman up to the point for Shiljan. Shiljan all the way across. Mitchick shot comes in. It pops up very high, ends up in the high slot where it's taken by Gage Shiljan. Shiljan back across to Mitchick. Mitchick tries to rifle one through, and it's broken up, picked off by Giannatsos. But Dimitri Giannatsos can't quite get that one to skate all the way forward, and it ends up in center ice. Colton Ayers drops off for Mitchick, who feeds Strassman again. Strassman can't move around his man. Great strip there. That one again by Giannatsos, playing well on defense.
Yeah, he's playing real solid. He's a big kid, got a long reach, and he's getting into those lanes.
Laszlo Rose behind the Beloit Memorial net now, tries to feed into center for Strassman. Doesn't get to him, but Strassman puts it along the far wall as the Harrington will try and clear it out. Harrington delivers a shot against Ayers as they continue to try and move this puck forward, and they do. Gage Shiljan will skate forward with 7:24 to play in the third and final period. Shiljan rims it hard to the near side. Ryan Mitchick getting after it along with Matt Strassman. Puck works its way out into center ice. Hanneman there as the puck is in front of the scorer's table. Now here comes Hanneman working his way through the center of center ice and now to the left wing side of the Panthers zone. Top of the circle, a shot and a save from Hunter Newton. Getting after his Hanneman again, but it's taken by Ayers. Ayers pushed up hard against the wall by Tyler Harrington. Big shot delivered, but it's picked up by Gage Shiljan. Shiljan now moves across and finds Pat McCormick. McCormick 2-on-1 with Strassman. McCormick to the faceoff dot. Feed to Strassman, broken up. And getting the skate in the way was Dakota Lynn, but now they feed into Strassman again. He's checked off it. That's going to be a cross check, I believe, coming up as Hunter Newton will try to get to the bench on the delayed penalty. Panthers move this one across. Another hand is up. I believe we have a second penalty coming here. We're trying to get this one stopped, but no, the Panthers still retain possession. 2 penalties, if I'm not mistaken, coming up here against Beloit Memorial. Strassman tries to get this one to Zymek. It's on the near wall, and that will get the whistle. I believe we're going to have 2 separate penalties, one from each ref. We've got a cross-checking there, and we've got head contact here. 2 different penalties going against the Beloit Memorial Purple Knights.
12 and 6.
Yep. So it is Dakota Lynn and Tyler Harrington called for those penalties. So with 6:26 to go, it will be 5-on-3 for the Panthers for 2 minutes.
Yeah, that's going to give an awful lot of ice. It looks like they're taking a possible timeout here, maybe. Kind of looks like it, and that's a good idea, kind of get everybody rested. But I think really the reason Beloit Memorial just took that timeout was coach tell everybody settle down. because a game like this can get out of hand really quick. And the score is 4-0, but that really doesn't represent really how the game has gone. It has been really kind of both ways. The only thing that Beloit Memorial hasn't been able to do is generate consistent scoring attacks.
No, and what we've seen from the Panthers is that their rebound attempts have finally started to fall. And so while they had been getting those rebounds, they had been available, they just hadn't been able to knock them into the back of the net. We've seen 3 of them go in this period.
Yeah, we have, and that's just good hard work. And one of the things that I think Aiden Wright's going to work on, especially, again, he's a freshman, is his rebound control. He's having a harder time controlling that puck when it comes in. He's always in the right spot, and his defense has been there to help him out. And the couple defensive breakdowns we've seen is really what caused 2 of those goals. So now it's just a matter of finding a way to generate more of an offensive attack and get the puck through the neutral zone. But first, they got to kill off a 2-minute 5-on-3.
They do, and unfortunately that is no easy task. We've seen how successful the Panthers' power play has been thus far. They've already had 2 power play goals in this game, one from Colton Ayers, one from Tristan Hughes, and now a 5-on-3 opportunity. This is not something you want to give to this Oregon team.
No, and they've got their big shooters out there, too, and you know that Tristan is going to be looking to quarterback some heavy shots from the blue line.
Faceoff is won by the Panthers. It's Hayden Bell who drops that one down and gets it to Roscos. Now Bell again. Bell center point working to the high slot. Drops it low. It's Roscos in the near corner. Roscos heads behind the net. He'll trade with Hughes. Hughes picks the puck up and heads to the outer hashes. Now looks to head back behind the net once again to trade with Roscos. Run touches for him. Stepping in is Hanneman. Hanneman hard along the near wall, but Hayden Bell steps up and knocks that one back down to Roscos. Roscos tries to feed back for Hughes. Instead, it's going to be... Excuse me.
The puck's getting moved along the near corner. It's going to be moved up to the... Hughes is going to hold it. Move it over to the top side. Trying to get the shot deflected nicely by the Golden Knights. Once again, Oregon's able to hold it in at the blue line. They're moving it right down the slot. Takes the shot. Nice save. Rebound attempt. Not covered. Just moved into the circles. And again, Tristan Hughes is going to take it down the middle. He's looking for an open lane. Passes it back to the blue line, who skates it in. Over back to Tristan Hughes. Tristan to the middle. Takes the shot. Big glove save from Aiden Wright. And now I get a chance to do a little play-by-play, and I'm just not good at it, as Zach here is choking on his water.
I'm so sorry. No, I wish it was the water. I've been fighting this cold, and I got a little tickle in my throat there. Thank you, Dan, for stepping in.
And now you all see why I do color and you do the play-by-play.
Well, how about Aiden right there without his stick making that last save?
He really did a good job there.
51 seconds left to go on the 5-on-3. Panthers control. It's Gage Shiljan. Now back to Laszlo Rose. Laszlo, top of the slot. Now feeds down, and it's at the face-off dot is Gage. Now center point for Laszlo. Laszlo drags, feeds back to Gage. Gage, face mask shot, and a save, and tries to get it. No, and it's knocked out. Oh, my goodness. Trying to swat at it was Aiden Wright. He actually knocked it back towards his net. How about that defense? But actually, here comes Laszlo. Laszlo with a ton of speed. He tries to deke around one man, turns around, and heads back to the point as the Panthers get reset with 22 seconds on the power play. Feed to Gage Shiljan, top of the circle. Gage now back to Laszlo at the blue line. Drops it down and for Colton Ayers, and now Ayers gets it into Strassman. Strassman to Ayers. Ayers feed across. He's got Shiljan all alone on the outside there, but nothing doing. Stops it in for Strassman into center. It's knocked away briefly. Now taken by Mitchik with 3 seconds left on the power play. Top of the circle. Dragging around is Laszlo. Laszlo around another man. Shot and a great save. Rebound opportunity there, but now both teams are full strength. Laszlo sends up. No, he's still carrying it in that near corner. Just stick handling with the puck as he drops it for Strassman. Strassman into center, trying to get there is Colton Ayers. Can't do it as it's carried away by McCarthy, and McCarthy gets it out into center ice. What a kill from Beloit.
Yeah, that's a great job. And then a big hit put on number 15. Laszlo Rose just got leveled by Hunter Hurst.
Oh boy, Laszlo skates off there under his own power, thankfully, but clearly in some amount of pain with 3:51 to go in this third and final period. Still 4-0 in favor of the Panthers as the puck works its way to center ice, where it's moved across and into the zone. Dump back into the Beloit Memorial Zone with 3:38 to play. They control it there and try and move it out into center ice, where it'll be taken by Carson Timberlake. Timberlake has it at the center line. He moves around his man, enters the zone, moves around another man. Face-off dot, feed through center, shot, and just outside. In fact, it wasn't gloved at all, just wide of the cage. But now they move it, drop it off for Jake Fountain. Fountain top of the circle. His shot is deflected away. Nice deflection there by Giannitsos. We've got a hand up and a whistle. And I think we're going to get Giannitsos for a penalty here.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that that's what they're going to give him. I think it's going to be an interference call, perhaps, or either that or a roughing. Oh, no, they're matching him up. So it looks like Jake Fountain is going to the box, and Giannitsos is as well. So it looks like they're going to match him up, most likely for roughing, and that would have been in that near corner where we, again, apologize for having a hard time to see what's on the ice there. But that looks like what's going to happen. So with 3:14 left in this third period, it's going to be 5-on-5 with 2 players in the box.
Alrighty, so let's get it back underway again. This puck coming down. Hunter Newton wanted an icing call, but no icing is the call. Timberlake picks it up, moves it along his own near wall, and sends this one forward. Zymek loses track of that one. We're trying to get the penalty call for you. Yep, and roughing is the call against both of those players. The coincidental minors being that we're playing 5-on-5 hockey with 2:44 to go in the third period. Memorial tries to go for a long outlet pass. They do get that one into the zone briefly, but actually it goes off of Hayden Bell and out of play. We'll get a face-off again.
Yeah, and it actually looked like that one hit the ref too. I think the linesman and both refs have been hit by pucks so far. So again, that face-off is going to come deep into the Panthers zone. And what the Golden Knights need, or I have to keep calling them the Golden Knights, the Purple Knights need to make sure they can do is try and win a couple of these face-offs and generate some shots.
Who knew you were such a big Army fan there, the Golden Knights. 2:32 to go. Panthers on top 4-0 as they try and dig this one out of their own corner. Zach Roscoe's trying to get after it. Instead, it's up to Hughes at the point. Shot comes in and now deflected nicely by Reynolds. Reynolds, and on the one touch from Hughes, finds Tyson Rohrer. Rohrer moves around his man, loses track of the puck, and it's sticked away by Iden Wright. Set back down behind the net as Memorial tries to grab this one. Instead, it's Rohrer picking it off. His drop pass, though, taken away by Lynn. Now Roscoe skates up, finds Rohrer. Rohrer's got Hughes there. Now moves around, finds Hughes behind the net. Hughes wraparound chance through the net mouth, no good. And the Memorial Purple Knights will clear this one into center ice. Carried there by Drew Reynolds. He drops it off for Tristan Hughes. Minute 49 to play as Hughes circles back through his own zone. Leave off for Drew Reynolds again. Reynolds sifts over to the top, and it's Andy Badger taking a shot and a score. Andy Badger picks one off at the blue line and just snipes it. Beats Hunter Newton and gets his team on the board 4-1.
You know, me and you had talked about it in the last break. If a goaltender doesn't see a lot of shots, sometimes they can get cold. That's one that Hunter Newton is going to have nightmares about because that was right down the middle, went right 5-hole, and that is one that you should save, 99.999%. But he hasn't seen a lot of shots.
And with a minute 42 to play, he gives one up. It's 4-1 Panthers here. Puck enters the zone. Strassman will have it for Oregon. Tries to get it over to Ayers.
And that puck is moved around behind the net. They try to move it out front again, and that one's going to come just to the blue line where it's going to be kept in, but the linesman says it is not. And I'm pretty sure Hayden Bell was pretty sure that stayed in. But, it looks again like the net came off the moorings.
Gotcha. I was going to say, that sure looked like he held it in. Thanks for jumping in for me, folks. I really have to apologize for the cough. I've been fighting this cold for a couple of weeks. Minute 24 to go. 4-1 in favor of the Panthers in the third and final period.
They keep moving in from that outside.
Yeah, the linesman's like, come on, guys. So face off once again. Oregon wins this one. They get it over to Colton Ayers, but he can't keep track of it. This may come down for icing, though, and it does.
Comes all the way back down. And again, that goal gives them a little bit of a boost here. And chances are the ability to score 3 goals in a minute 17 is pretty slim. But this is also a building moment where you could say, hey, look, we didn't get shut out. We're able to generate these shots. We need to do more of that. So it's something to build on as they go.
Absolutely. Another faceoff comes with a minute 17 to go. Panthers have it. Try for the deflection off Strassman. Can't do it, but he does track the puck down to the near wall. Strassman turning around. Colton Ayers turning around as well, trying to get this one over to Timberlake. He does find and gets it over to Bell. Now back to Timberlake. Timberlake sends that one down and gets it into the corner. Puck trapped in the corner with 57 seconds to go as they look to get it off the wall. Memorial looking to clear it out of their zone. Panthers trying to get another scoring opportunity. Puck on the near side, big collision there, but Strassman has it, drops it back down, and it remains in. Now Strassman into the slot, kick across to Hayden Bell. Bell top of the circle, shot and a save, rebound attempt. No, Strassman can't get there. Now feed down for Timberlake. Timberlake sends it down and gets it to his man. Timberlake wind a shot. Oh boy, he hits Colton Ayers in the thigh. And the puck into the near corner again. Ayers into center, shot from Strassman, and a save from Aiden Wright. A little late pushing and shoving there, but the referees just trying to keep everything calm. And with 27.2 to go, we'll get another face-off in the Beloit Memorial zone.
Yeah, Timberlake a few seconds ago put a massive hit right along the boards and just laid his player out. The problem was that moved that puck right over, and they just couldn't generate more than that one shot.
Face off, the puck still on the dot. Now carrying it is Hanneman. Hanneman chips it past Skate Children. And they're in a foot race to try and get after it. Shiljan shields him away and finds that puck and now gets it across to Zymek. Hanneman shadowing Zymek along the near side. Doesn't allow him to clear it out with 13 seconds to go. Zymek looking for a pass. He does find McCormick. McCormick is trying to get this one into Bryce McLeod. McLeod enters the zone, kicks it in, takes a shot for his trouble, and the puck dumped out with 1 second to play. That will do it. The Panthers come away with a 4-1 victory. Well earned, I think, and there was some question coming into this game for us, as emotional as the Edgewood game was, would they be able to sort of reset and get back into just regular hockey mode, for lack of a better word? I think this game proved that they did.
They did. I don't want to say they came out flat, because they didn't. They came out with a lot of energy. I think they were surprised with just how good this Golden Knight, and it's the Las Vegas Golden Knights I keep thinking of, how strong this Purple Knights team is, their speed, their size, and their goaltending, which was solid. So I think they were a little confused by some of it, but again, at the end of the day, they were able to generate enough shots and get some rebound opportunities and walk away with a 4-1 win.
Absolutely. Just before we get going, 1 star from each team. Who do you like?
You know I'm picking Wright off the bat. Aiden Wright, you can't look at that scoreboard and say anything other than Aiden really played an amazing game in there. Looked solid the whole time. Great positioning. Had to make some big saves, so he should be pretty happy. And this is a hockey club that has a very strong future with that being your freshman goaltender.
Agreed.
On the other side, got to go with Laszlo Rose. Was just everywhere right from the beginning. He was making things happen, working his way through a bunch of areas. We're really seeing a side to his game that we haven't seen before, and this, I think, was a good example of just how solid he is.
Agreed. For myself, on the Purple Knights, as I take another cough break. I need to get that in my union contract there.
There you go.
I like Kyle Hanneman. Kyle
Yes.
Hanneman is, as an individual talent, a heck of a player. Just a lot of speed, stick handles really well, plays defense quite well, which I think is an unheralded aspect of a lot of forwards games. His defense was excellent. He generated a lot of the chances for him and kept them in this game offensively. Didn't end up getting the goal. That was off of a steal by Andy Badger, but nonetheless had a lot of their offensive push. For the Panthers, on this one, I like Hayden Bell. I like Hayden Bell on this one as the defenseman. He guarded his point jealously and kept possessions alive that could have gone away from them. Did some great passing, had some great outside shooting, which is something we've wanted to see from the Panthers. Shots from the point, we got a lot of that in this game, and a lot of that was because of Hayden Bell. Thought he played really well. Yeah,
and you look at also some of the players we've been mentioning lately. They're not the Tyler Damons, the Tristan Hughes, the Zach Roscoe's. I mean, those guys add a ton and are solid all the way through, but we're seeing a lot of these role players pick up, and I think that's one of the reasons that they are becoming such a powerhouse, is that the role players are just as dangerous as your first line, your first 3 forwards.
Absolutely. All right, folks, thanks for tuning in to this presentation of Oregon Panthers boys hockey. The Panthers take it away 4-1 in regulation against the Beloit Memorial Purple Knights. Special thanks to the Oregon hockey managers Ruby, Brooklyn, Kendra, who did the camera operating and production for us tonight. For my partner Dan Graychuk, my name is Zach Seeloff saying so long, and we will see you next time. Take care, everybody.